Wisconsin sports without a filter.
What you talking about, Father Time? What?
Kyle Wallace,
Winning is the only thing that actually does matter.
Ben Brust.
So they can't execute the way they want to play offensively.
This is Kyle and Brust
Did you call us idiots?
Yeah.
on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. With Kyle Wallace, here's Ben Brust.
Well, it is a great day to be alive. It is Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. There are 3 hours to go in the MLB trade deadline. And everything I just said the last 7 seconds, which was nothing, is exactly what we've witnessed so far this deadline.
Yeah, I mean, I have to admit, I have been the one that said, "Hey, it's the Brewers." You know, don't get too excited.
No, hey, real quick. So Tarik Skubal is not a member of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yes.
Now, what you did help with me, Kyle, is I'm Ben Brust and he's Kyle Wallace, is the lack of shock, right? Like how could they not do it?
Yeah. Be prepared for that. But I will say, I am quite disappointed that we got 3 hours left, and everybody else seems to be doing something. Like some names, big names or small names or medium names, have been on the move, and other teams who are trying to win it have done something. And the Brewers just got Bo. And Cody, here's something.
Exactly.
Cody.
The McCullers era was fun.
It lasted, 3 games? 1 week?
Less.
I mean, so I will say, I'm surprised.
Did the Brewers get cash for that, or did they send cash for that?
I know the Brewers got cash.
They got
to pay the
cash. Okay, so
and
they
now,
win.
Now I see what it was. They said, "Hey, if y'all gonna give us up, you need to send us some money.
We need some leverage.
We need
just
some of
in case
this.
We have to
yeah.
get rid of them.
I would say this is shocking. It's shocking. The Brewers haven't
How
done
is
it yet.
everybody feeling is all I want to know. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. All I know is when I listen to the Rich Eisen show from noon to 2 here across ESPN Wisconsin, I have never heard Rich Eisen mention the Milwaukee Brewers. I don't know if Rick Eisen's mentioned the Milwaukee Brewers in his life, but he's mentioning the Milwaukee Brewers because of Skubal. But beside the point of that is other teams are making moves. Some big, some medium, some small.
They're making moves.
The most recent one is I saw that it looked like the Cubs were getting Reed Detmers from the Angels, but now there's 2 reports that is not true.
I hope
and they are not
true.
close. They did get Kevin Gausman, who's having a down year, but like again, he's a good pit. Like he's had a good career.
Yeah,
He's
he
a
was
good
just
pitcher.
wasn't he just pitching in the World Series last year?
Yes.
So.
And the way he pitched, again, I'm not going to get too baseball-y. He pitches in a way where, again, if you have good defense behind you, which the Cubs do actually have good defense, he could be good. But like, I wasn't prepared for this. I was prepared for like a little taste. And even if we didn't get the full dessert at the end of the show at 5:00, but I'm still waiting for the appetizer to come to the table. We haven't even gotten the bread and butter.
Well,
I don't even know if they put water on our table. I think we're still waiting to sit down at the hostess stand right now in the Brewers version of this trade deadline.
Boy, I didn't realize that I would want Brandon Locker's deal again, or Shelby Miller. I was joking.
Shelby Miller seems like the move of the century for 2026. Now,
it
there's
is
2 hours and 55 minutes left.
There's still time. But in the moment, I think we have every right to express our disappointment currently in the Brewers trade deadline, especially when you see other teams are not waiting until the last minute to make these deals. You're talking about a Tarik Skubal that got traded on a Saturday, right? Like you're talking about deals that already started happening yesterday and more deals today. So you saw some names already be moved. So at this point, you're like, all right, everybody else has jumped into the party, but the Brewers aren't in the party yet, and we're figuring out what is Matt Arnold doing. Like I trust Matt Arnold.
The Brewers are supposed to be VIP.
They're supposed,
despite the market size, like they're VIP. Like they have the best record in baseball. I think as I'm sitting here right now.
I believe.
As I'm
Brewers
sitting
do,
here
yes.
right now. And so it's just one of those things where it's like, I understand. Would I have been happy if they maybe outbid the Dodgers for the 2-month, 2.5-month, hopefully 3-month at that point because you get him through October type rental. I would have liked to have seen it. Again, when we listened to Matt Arnold speak on the MLB Network, the thing that stood out to both you and I, Kyle, was he basically said they weren't going to do something that he was uncomfortable with the one eye on the future and one eye on the present.
Got to be responsible.
And that led us to all the different ways that we have to be responsible in relationships.
Oh, did it? Is that what it was?
That's what got us into. There's no room for that in this house.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I love unpacking my gifts.
So again, like I'm seeing some conversation on YouTube and the Carbless Talk and text line, and I would love to hear what you're feeling and thinking as well. You can call it 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and text line. It's one thing to believe in the Milwaukee Brewers and how they operate and how they're going to be successful. And with what's happened, seemingly even more so with Skubal going to the Dodgers, bringing owners closer together about wanting a salary cap that's going to push the players even further in their stance of not wanting a salary cap because they're represented by some of the highest paid and agents around those players are going to want to be paid, their top commission on whatever big contracts, even if they're bad contracts for the teams, that doesn't matter. The agents want that. So we're getting to the point as well of the work stoppage conversation and people. What I don't want to hear from anyone is putting this on the Milwaukee Brewers. Like the Brewers needed to do this to save baseball. Would I have liked to have seen the Brewers done it to go to a World Series to heighten your chances at doing so? Yes, but that's not like I can't ask Matt Arnold and Mark Antanasio to operate how I want to operate. He's the executive of the year guy. Like, he puts them in a situation where we are sitting here talking about them having the best record in baseball on August 3rd. But I think it's okay to also be like, well, like, we do have some holes. Like, we are really good, but we also know we have an abundance of prospects that all can't play together in the next 3 to 4 years. That's where it gets interesting to me of like, what is cooking right now? Because please, whatever you're cooking up, like we're getting close to wanting people to feel like you're also saying we want to do this too in a way.
When you have so many prospects that are in the top 100, I think the Milwaukee Brewers had the ammo where you didn't need to give up any of your top prospects to make a deal, and you can give up some of those guys who are closer to number 100 or guys who are outside the top 100 but have a bright future. And it just seems like I don't know if the Brewers weren't willing to or they just said no. Eventually, I'm sure that will get leaked out, and we'll have a clearer picture exactly what – if we don't know exactly what the Brewers offered, we'll know that the Brewers legitimately made a strong offer. They'll put the rumors out there that they made a strong offer, and the Tigers just decided to go with the Dodgers' offer. But overall, I would hope right now that phone calls are being made because, as we all know, the way the roster is constructed right now, we didn't think that the team was a front runner to win a World Series before Skubal went to the Dodgers. Now that Skubal is with the Dodgers, the odds have gone in the Dodgers' direction, and the gap has gotten wider. It has gotten bigger, and that is a problem. And so the Brewers right now, is it the focus on can we make enough deals to be able to catch the Dodgers, or the Brewers saying, you know what, there's nothing we can do now that is going to put us in a position to for sure beat the Dodgers. So we might as well just use the guys that we got, build on the experience, and then hope that we can catch lightning in a bottle and beat the Dodgers. That might be a strategy that the Brewers are going to now where it's like, is it worth us actually giving up some of our young talent when we know that whatever we do is not going to be enough to overcome the Dodgers this season? That might be the thing they're looking at and saying, is it worth doing that? Should we just, as Nigel Morgan, who joined us T-Plush on Friday on Kyle and Brust, one of the things he said is maybe you want to bring up a Madej, like you want to bring up a younger guy to get them some experience in the playoffs because these are going to be the guys that are going to be part of your roster in the future. And so will the Brewers look to mesh that experience with some youth to try to see what can happen in the playoffs? That might be what we're going to see. But TBD, because we got less than 3 hours left to figure out what the Brewers are going to do at the deadline. But they got to get somebody. Even if this is a back-end bullpen guy that's not big or notable, they got to get something because you can't – the way the roster stands now is just not good enough. It really isn't.
I mean, it's really good.
No, it's fantastic.
Really good.
But it's not good enough for winning the playoffs. And we've seen this before.
You joked about this, but it kind of is true with where we sit here at 2:10 in the afternoon of like the regular season is great, but the playoffs is all that matters, right? Like we can when you look back at last year, it was a success because they got to the NLCS. In the youth and the movement of like not winning a playoff series since 2018, being able to skip the wild card, beating the Cubs in the divisional round, like that was experience gain. But then when you come off of that season and you put yourself in this spot of thinking and feeling there might be something different this year, not getting Skubal, I understand why it would change the mindset of Matt Arnold of, okay, how much do I go after a start? Like, is getting a starter that is a rental for this year going to change anything for the prospects that I have to give up?
Okay, what is this?
What we got?
Bad news for the Brewers.
Uh-oh.
They were targeting Luke Weaver in the bullpen. They did not get Luke Weaver. The Pirates are acquiring
the Pirates?
Luke Weaver from the Mets, sources tell ESPN. Tweet by Jorge Castillo, retweeted by Jeff Passan.
I know you lying. I know you lying. I know
And that's the thing as well. The Blue Jays are 3 games under 500, buying the Phillies, who are going to compete in the NL, bought one of the best second basemen, which we know we don't need a second baseman here in Milwaukee, but he's a get on base guy, and they got some bop that's going to be behind Luis Arraez for the Philadelphia Phillies. The Chicago Cubs did get Gausman. I know it sounds like, even though the Reed Detmers thing is not true, they did not get him, that they're like trying to bolster
I don't want
their
anybody
team.
Exactly. I don't want anybody to be able to bolster their team that we're going to have to face in the playoffs, and it seems like everybody
that's
around
what's happening.
teams
That's
are bolstering.
the part that makes me more uneasy than anything. But again, if you're gonna have to face it, if you're not going to feel like you can beat the Dodgers, what's the difference between getting someone to win the divisional series?
Well, I like to see my team win.
Sure,
I like to see my team win. I don't want the Cubs.
At what
I don't
cost?
want the Cardinals.
At what cost is what management and Matt Arnold are thinking themselves.
If you get somebody that has controllable years beyond this year, then maybe you can flip them in the offseason. Like there's different things that the Brewers can do, but what I do not want to see is
no bad
else.
news, by the way. Please.
So did he
no bad news?
Did he get traded,
No,
or
this is
are they
news.
trying to finalize the trade?
What was that?
Did he get traded, or they're finalizing a deal?
Let me find the wording again.
Because I don't want to lose hope. I mean, the Brewers need to do something.
They are acquiring Luke Weaver.
They are acquiring.
The Pirates are. The Pirates. Who are fighting for a wild card. Again, they are part of like the group of all these teams in the major leagues who are deciding to buy or sell because there's a bit long list of teams with 3 wild cards. Like
it's disheartening within the division specifically.
Yeah, no, it is, especially for a team that's a game under 500 who just wants to make the playoffs versus the team or get into the wild card to have I guess it's the playoffs, to have a chance to get into the real dance. Whereas the Brewers are front runners, and what's going to make us mad is that when you see this deal and whatever they gave up, the Brewers could have got. The Brewers could get anybody
they
want.
can. That's the thing.
They can get anybody they want. Now they're just at this point. Now the Brewers are just sitting on their hands.
They're being stingy. Are they being too stingy with prospects?
I don't know. Either it's that, or maybe teams are calling us trying to say, "Well, y'all got all these prospects. We want this person. Y'all don't give us this person. We're gonna go somewhere else," which is probably not realistic because it's baseball. It's professionals, and they're gonna try to figure it out. But it just doesn't make sense to me. Like I'm really confused about how the Brewers have been so dormant today during the trade deadline.
800-990-3776. Are you upset they didn't be more aggressive to go get Tarik Skubal? And are you upset at 214 that really nothing has happened and the rest of the major leagues seemingly are making some moves to bolster rosters and 2 divisional teams have done such as we just discussed? 800-990-3776. There's still time. What you got bad news?
New. I mean, it's not that big of news. The Cubs got another pitcher.
Who?
Braxton Garrett from the Miami Marlins.
He stinks.
It's just movement that's happening
but he stinks.
anywhere but here.
All right. Gonna take a breather because I didn't expect to. I'm gonna. You know what? New rule. I'm gonna sit on my hands.
Okay,
The
Matt
entire
Arnold.
show.
That's not. You're not. That may seem. Maybe. Can we just tell him to, before you say what you're gonna do, your hands are gonna fall asleep. You're gonna get it's not a good position. You need to host this show, and the last thing I need you to do is your hands to be.
While we are while the light is red and we are talking to audience, you will see me sitting on my hands.
Are you sure you want to do that for 15 minutes per segment?
Yes, I am. This is my boycott.
Okay.
My sit-in is by sitting on my hands.
Is it safe to sit on hands for 15
It's fine,
minutes?
Kyle. Stop being such a weenie.
I mean, you need those hands to be able to raise your children. Lift your daughter up.
Hopefully, I won't be sitting on my hands when we come back.
It is generally safe for a short time to sit on hands, but doing so compresses your nerves and blood vessels, which can
That's
temporary
fine.
numbness and tingling. I don't.
Temporary.
Okay.
I'm sitting on my hands till the Brewers
Sitting
make
on
a
your
move.
hands is bad for your health. Okay.
Well,
Okay. That was in
you
2000.
know what's bad for the Brewers? Not making a move.
I see what you're trying to do. This is your rebellion. So to rebel against the Brewers' badness, you're going to do something stupid.
Sure, yes.
Okay.
I am going to sit on my hands.
Okay. Well, when your blood flow, when your hands, you can't feel your hands.
Next.
You're experiencing Kyle and
Can you
Brust.
turn my mic
Yes,
off?
I want to be a piece of meat. Yes. That is exactly what. Yes, does it boost my confidence? Absolutely.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
One great day of golf can change lives. Join us Monday, August 31st for the Salvation Army Milwaukee County's Swing for the Kettle Golf Invitational at Oakwood Park Golf Course in Franklin.
Your participation directly supports food, shelter, and life-changing programs for children and families throughout our community.
We'll be broadcasting live from the course, but the day is really about you, getting golfers and sponsors together to make a difference.
Foursomes, individual golfers, and sponsors are all welcome. Reserve your spot today at samilwaukee.org. That's samilwaukee.org.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated. By drinking it. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls for Universal Windows Direct. Can you believe we're already talking about the end of summer? It feels like we were just firing up our grills for Memorial Day. But if replacing your windows has been sitting on your to-do list, now's the time to get it done and cross it off for good. Right now, you can buy 4 windows and get 4 free, and you can also get 48 months of 0% interest financing. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Girl, it's back. We've been waiting. I love that honey pepper pimento sandwich.
And that pineapple dragon fruit and Sprite is everything. It's got that razzle-dazzle that makes you stop and say, okay, wait a minute.
I love the creaminess of the pimento cheese. It's savory, it's bold, it's flavorful.
Our faves are back. High five, girl.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
We've all walked through the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair, seen something and thought, now that would be nice to have. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and that's exactly what happened to me when I found Good Health Saunas just a few years ago. Buying my infrared sauna was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I sleep better, have more energy, recover faster, and with how much I travel, the detox benefits are huge. Visit Good Health Saunas inside the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair August 6th through the 16th, or learn more at goodhealthsaunas.com.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This is some breaking news.
I said I was going to sit on my hands until the Milwaukee Brewers made a move. So you can thank me because I did that. I don't know what's going on because I was sitting on my hands. Who's got this? It's Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. The Brewers made a move is all my guess.
Hailing from Bloomfield, Indiana, a 2020 World Series champion, the Brewers are acquiring right-handed pitcher Dustin May and left-handed reliever JoJo Romero from the Cardinals.
Okay.
An interdivision trade.
Yeah,
all right.
With that
my
team.
hands are free.
Thank goodness. Thank
Woo-hoo,
goodness.
That worked.
Yeah, it did work.
The sit-in worked.
Yeah, the sit-in worked. You got some pitching help.
Reliable starter. He was with the Dodgers when he was at his best. I'm pretty sure he pitched well against the Brewers the last time they faced Dustin May, but he's like a 4 ERA this year. The one that actually is intriguing to me is JoJo Romero, the lefty reliever. He's been a pretty good reliever for the Cardinals, and he's a lefty. I do like that addition more than Dustin May personally.
I guess he's hurt right now.
It's
appendectomy, but the Brewers always getting people, always try to get somebody on the cheap. Everybody got an issue.
Fell off the shelf, it's got a dink in it.
That's crazy.
Shave off 15%.
That's crazy. Lance McCullers coming off the IL. Now you got appendectomy boy Romero.
Appendectomy boy.
I'm happy they made the move. It's something's better than nothing.
If you want, is he's a career in St. How about just St. Louis? The last 5 years, a 3.07 out of the pen.
Oh no, it seems like a good,
really solid reliever,
and that's something that you need is somebody with experience to come in. So I like it. I don't know what the Brewers gave up. I'm sure not much. Sure, pennies on the dollar. Are they both?
As my hands are free, I do not see a return yet.
Are both impending free agents?
Again, I just got my hands free, Kyle.
Okay.
What I do know is I'm waiting on the return, and I do like the idea of Dustin May being a part of the Brewers pitching lab.
They're both 1 year. They're both going on a free.
They're both going on free agency.
So that means the Brewers didn't give up much.
Yeah. Okay. That's.
Yeah.
I mean,
good.
again,
that's good. So
it is what we would have expected, and there's still time left in the deadline.
Yeah.
Everyone take a deep breath, exhale. Because what I did feel was a lot of bargaining in the stages of grief of not just Skubal, but of it's been a long time of hearing the Brewers' name in a trade because it really hadn't happened much.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're seeing some excitement, whereas I felt like in the first 15 to 20 minutes of the show before the announcement of them making a trade was, even we were doing it too. Right, like the justification. Well, maybe they're just like, we don't need to do anything at all.
Well, I was just trying to figure out what it is.
I know, but that's what everyone's been doing, and
now it makes sense.
A little jolt, right?
Yeah.
Don't you just have a little bit of jolt?
Something's better than nothing, but it does give me a feel like it's a little something. And
like I said, we didn't even have the bread or the appetizer when we started the show.
Then they just
we
threw
got
the meal
bread
on the
and
table?
the appetizer. Maybe we just started nibbling our salad, but maybe we still haven't even gotten the appetizer.
Oh, okay. So you think there's more coming?
What bat have you seen be moved to the Milwaukee Brewers?
Okay, so the bet. So you think it's gonna be a big bet?
I don't know.
What type of meal we eating today?
I'd like to eat.
Is it appetizer to dinner? We on a budget?
Well, we didn't get Skubal, so it's not going to be the best meal of your life.
But I still want a hamburger or something. I don't just want to eat wings.
Yeah, no. I'm hoping this isn't a trade deadline where we came for apps and salad and just left because we didn't want the real meal.
Well, we'll see. We'll definitely see. But again, I'm happy the Brewers added something. Like you said, Brewers pitching lab, be able to work with folks, but adding more depth to the bullpen, adding more depth to the pitching staff, adding some experience to the pitching staff is something that's important as well.
Yes, and I do see this. I believe Dustin May had like a no-hitter going on, and the Brewers won that game against the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Does that ring a bell for you, C-Cat?
It does now.
Yeah. Again, the idea of getting a experienced starter to add is good. And a reliever with a lobotomy. No, I'm just kidding. Not a lobotomy. What does he have? The appendectomy.
So he'll be back mid-August.
Again, that's fine. Because if there's one thing I've learned about watching teams specifically win in the playoffs, if their best players are healthy in the playoffs, we can talk about the Green Bay Packers. We can talk about the Los Angeles Dodgers, who did this with their pitching last year and doing it this year. As long as they're right at the right time, that's all that matters. So move 1, will there be move 2 for the Milwaukee Brewers?
Yeah, no, and we shall definitely see. But again, getting somebody with experience is good, and we'll just wait and see what else the Brewers are going to do. But everybody that was panicking, no need to panic anymore. The Brewers made a move, and so I'm happy. I mean, I guess for me, this is what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting anything big. I was expecting us to get something really light, something small, because that's what the Milwaukee Brewers do. And if you're somebody in the locker room for the Brewers, do you think this is a move that makes you say, okay, they're bringing in reinforcements, or are you looking around in Major League Baseball and say, dang, these other teams are really making moves? I guess we can ask Ryan Braun that at 3.
Again, the Red Sox, like a lot of these teams are also making moves in a spot where like they're just trying to make the playoffs. Like
well, once you get into the playoffs, anything can happen, especially over in the AL.
Agree, but it's not like any team other than the Dodgers, and I guess the Phillies with a rise was a big move. Tampa Bay,
that's a good move for them.
It's a solid. Are you talking about Freddie specifically?
Freddie,
yeah. I mean,
they made 2 today.
It's a solid move. I believe so. Again, I really don't care as much about anyone other than who the Brewers may see in the NL. Because if you get there, you got a chance, right? It's about the journey to get to the World Series. And I guess here's my question to you and my question for everyone in the next 2.5 hours. Is there anything the Brewers can do the rest of this trade deadline to change the way that you view what success looks like at the end of the year? 800-990-3776.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I still want this team to win the World Series, but if they can make a back-to-back run with the NLCS, I'll be satisfied. And I think where my mentality is shifting as we get closer and closer to the deadline, and I don't think the Brewers make a big move. I'm really, again, you call me 2027 or 2030, Kyle. I really think that the Brewers should really focus on the future and mixing some of the guys you have now with some of the bats you're going to have up. Why wait? And I know one thing is bring up Jesus Mate. Well, what at this point, once you have September call-ups happen, bring him up, allow him to play, and see what happens. And I think the Brewers should really be focusing on who can they bring up some of these young, talented guys to see exactly who has a chance to make the postseason roster.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. The number one thing that I'm seeing consistently is 3 in a row. Definitely need a power bat. Need a bat. Please need a bat. So 3 straight right after that. So that was move 1. What do you want move 2 to be? I would agree. At this point, I think you're probably going in as Misiorowski, Harrison, Henderson, Drowan, May, and a combination of the starters that are also starting right now that could be moved to the bullpen that you bring in, like Chad Patrick and Misiorowski were electric, that were starters that became bullpen guys in the playoffs last year. So I'm probably thinking we're not going to see like the Casey Mize move.
Who's still available.
Who is still, I'm just saying, I'm not thinking that.
Well, this move just basically lets you know you're not going to. Dustin May, that means that's your starting pitcher.
You think that like that's the starter that they're getting?
Yes. Yeah, the pitching is over. That's why people are talking about bats now. That's why we're transitioning over. You got 2 pitchers. Transition over. We were arguing just a week ago
starter,
talking about we want
reliever
and bat. But we have been talking about what do the Brewers need to get? A starter, a reliever, and a bat.
Your favorite statistic is, well, favorite's a strong way to put it.
I don't even know what the statistic you are going to say about favorite.
One thing that you use as a point of reference a lot
is
the runs scored for the Milwaukee Brewers against the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, hell, we can talk about the home runs the Brewers hit this year. They haven't hit a lot of them. Compared to everybody else in the Major League Baseball. So I really thought bringing some pop would be something that could be an equalizer. But I ain't going to lie to you. The Tarik Skubal to Dodgers, it changes a lot. As people say, it changes the calculus for the way the Brewers need to win. Because at the end of the day, that pitching staff just got better. And your pitching staff, which I think will be good, the bats aren't going to – listen, the Brewers' bats are not going to light up Skubal in the playoffs. I just don't believe it. Because they haven't
speak for yourself.
They haven't shown me. They got to show me. Because what I'm not going to allow the Brewers to do is sit here and let me get excited that they're going to be able to all of a sudden be the team they were in the regular season when it comes to scoring runs. Knowing damn well in the playoffs, it just has not been the case. It hasn't.
By the way, one thing I forgot to mention was I was just so annoyed as we were sitting before the show, and I was like, of course, like the Dodgers just go get Chris Bubik of the Kansas City Royals, who's hurt right now and is just like they already have endless amounts of starters, and he could probably just come out of the bullpen. It's just like, they're like, of course they had to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
of course they did.
When you're in a championship position, do you think this means the Brewers?
Real quick, I'm blanking because it's a good question because I know people are interested in this name, Mason Miller. James the Postman chimes in. The Padres already come out and say they were not trading Mason Miller. They did not, but they came out by saying we're not trading Mason Miller because they just traded for, and I'm blanking, who did the Padres trade for? It was, I believe, a starting pitcher.
Today?
Yes.
They didn't trade for Robbie Ray, did they?
Yeah, they did. They traded for Robbie Ray, which is a signal, I would believe, that says you're not going to be moving Mason Miller. So that's my way of answering your question, James the Postman. And again, the other part about the Milwaukee Brewers and getting a bat, there's not much out there that makes a lot of sense. Who?
Yeah, who you know? Who you're gonna have to pry somebody away.
And who is worth it for this season?
And that's the thing, especially with positions and what you like.
I've heard the name Isaac Paredes,
which
he bats third for the Astros. By the way, his slugging is down. He would come in and have be like fourth or fifth in home runs for the Brewers, who also don't hit a lot of home runs. I don't know what that actually does. I'm talking about the names that people link because he's a third baseman and that's a position where you look at.
You're probably good on him. Like I know the name that everybody's been talking about for a while now, C.J. Abrams. Maybe that's the guy. I know they already traded one of their guys already, and so that might be the only name. He'll bring some pop to your lineup. Where does he play at? I mean, Brewers will figure that out if he were to come here to Milwaukee, but that's probably it, right? Like for the big bats that you want to get, any other bat outside of that, unless somebody we don't know about who's potentially in a trading block, isn't going to be somebody that's going to sit here and be the big difference maker that you need to get. And that's why it's going to be interesting to see how this trade deadline closes out. But do you think the Brewers have, with the way they approach the trade deadline, does it make you believe that the Brewers don't believe that this season is theirs for the taking? Despite
I don't think it would have been theirs for the taking. Like it's just not how.
So if they got Tarik Skubal and then they got another bat, you don't think it'll be theirs for the taking? Like, because what I'm saying is that the number of moves that you make show how all in you are, and that's something that we've been talking about.
Sure, but I think
and it shows you the confidence you have in the roster.
We even said even if they had gone and got Skubal,
they needed one more move
and gotten a bat like that. It was always about shrinking the gap. You were never going to be the surefire thing.
I
don't think that's a fair question because it never was going to be theirs for the taking. And if we're being honest, it was the Dodgers for the taking, and they got taken deep in Game 7 of the World Series against the Blue Jays. Despite I think in our brains we see the NLCS. You also got to think about the way the Blue Jays were able to play them and taking them to Game 7 of the of the World Series.
Yeah, that's why they're probably saying we need to build ourselves up because where we're at right now is not good enough. And so that is a team that decided that they know where their standing is when it comes to baseball, that they can win a World Series, and they want to make sure they put themselves in a position to be at best to win a World Series. But my whole point, Ben, is if they were to get Skubal and they were to get a big bat, like somebody that can hit. Somebody's gonna hit when they're here in the next 2 months.
We got to erase 12 home because
no. What I'm saying is that would have showed you the level of belief that they had in this roster. Like when you think you legitimately have a shot to win a World Series, you go all in for it. Example: the Green Bay Packers last season thought that they were a legit Super Bowl contender and threat, and I thought that as well. That's why they got Michael Parsons because they felt like those 2 first-round picks cannot help us. Like Michael Parsons can help us instantly, and I don't think the Brewers.
I was just wondering if you're going to be part of the conspiracy theory. Group that was saying like Detroit, is sent him to the Dodgers, and now the owners can get against the Dodgers. Set the salary cap.
Did you hear what I said yesterday on Sunday Karma?
I did not.
I said, well, there's some folks out there who believe that the Tigers did this on purpose, sending him to the Dodgers to allow for the owners to have some type of leverage and get a whole bunch of groundswell support and making people outraged, so they win the public perception opinion.
Yes,
when it comes, that's why maybe some folks.
Again, like we started the moon landing conversation,
we're just greedy
just talking about the owners and the players and the separation that they're at, and people, the fans probably wanting a salary cap if the Dodgers go back to back to back.
Stop the Dodgers. How do you stop the Dodgers? By setting them up. But it is
the one thing I will say as well is I actually like I don't blame the Dodgers are playing within the rules.
And what was messed up is that I was reading a story about how the Dodgers were going bankrupt, and so they got a special contract for the sharing of revenue and media rights that they had, so they don't have to give all the money, the typical amount of money they have to give. They have to give like fair market share value, which is significantly less than what they would have had given if they would have stayed on the standard for Major League Baseball. So the Dodgers owe some people some money. They owe some revenue. They owe some share revenue. Some of those broke folks.
Subscribe at Brewers.tv so the Brewers can pay the
Brewers don't have a TV deal right now. Like the Dodgers have a multi-billion-dollar TV deal, and the Brewers don't have one. Just let that sink in. The Brewers' TV deal is in-house.
The Dustin May is interesting because you know what he does have, Kyle?
Experience in the playoffs.
Experience.
World Series.
But I would say, what do the Brewers love to do? They like to get pitchers that have good stuff.
Yeah.
He has some really good stuff. Putting it all together is the Chris Hook and the Brewers pitching lab job to bring it together and make his career look even better than it was, especially this season with the St. Louis Cardinals. What are you two whispering sweet nothings to each other about?
You so nosy. He just said
you lost one ginger with Brandon Woodruff going down, and you added in another. The chemistry's restored.
Strong ginger.
Very strong ginger.
The genes are
he definitely Irish or something.
What do you want next? 800-990-3776. Will there even be a next?
Bring back long hair Dustin May.
Yes. Agree.
I want the flow again.
Like your playoff beard is your playoff hair now. Start growing it out, Dustin. That's our request.
I don't even
Milwaukee.
like this new Dustin May. He don't look the same. He look old and dusty.
And he's under 30. I want to be raggedy and the hair's getting in the way of the grip of the pitch. They can't see it.
Yeah,
every advantage.
Yeah, he looked like he aged. Give me a long locks.
2 hours and 24 minutes. What's next?
You're surviving Kyle and Brust.
I don't know about you. I like to be gawked at, okay?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Catch a battle between two of the National League's best when the Brewers take on the Braves Friday, August 21st and Saturday the 22nd. It's a weekend of great matchups and great events as the Brewers celebrate Black Culture Fest at the opener Friday the 21st, featuring live art, live music performances, and a maker's market. Then it's Hank Aaron replica jersey giveaway day on the 22nd, courtesy of UW Credit Union. Don't miss it. Get your tickets today at Brewers.com.
When your team needs custom gear, don't wing it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More is your local partner for high-quality apparel with hands-on design help and services that actually feel, well, helpful. For your business, teams, or events, Big Frog makes it easy. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon today.
Calling all High Life lovers, the Champaign of Beers is making history. They're selecting their very first mayor of the Champaign of Beers region. Share your story, throw your hat in the ring, and show us why you love High Life by visiting the Miller Brewery website. Must be 25 plus to sign up, 21 plus to enjoy. Celebrate responsibly.
Calling all skilled sheet metal pros in the Milwaukee area. We need you. Smart 18 is the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers because it offers awesome pay, more job security, and benefits you can't beat. Around here, the total wage package for an experienced journeyman starts at over $91 an hour. That's right, $91 an hour. Build your career by making a smart move today. Learn more at smart18.work.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is setting the stage to rock your socks off. This August, jam out with real rock off. You could win raging prizes to the tune of $300,000. Get in on the jam session by playing with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries. Thursday nights will be a game show battleground for your share of cash and reward play. Real rock off. It's gonna be epic. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hi, it's Jen Latta. If you've ever put off a painting project because it felt too overwhelming, I totally understand. That's why I was so impressed with 2-Day Painting. From the first consultation to the final walkthrough, their team made the entire process so easy. They recently painted the exterior of my home, and I couldn't be happier with the results. The quality of the work and attention to detail really stood out. Right now, ask about 15% off and free touch-ups for life. Schedule your free estimate today at 2daypainting.com. That's 2daypainting.com, and tell them Jen sent you.
Your grill just got an upgrade, and it's right down the road.
Burn Pit BBQ is now available at Walmart.
That means no waiting, no guessing. Just grab it, fire up the grill, and get to work.
We're talking premium rubs, sauces, and seasonings made for real flavor and real results.
Every single time you cook.
Whether it's a quick weeknight dinner or a full weekend cookout with friends and family, Burn Pit BBQ helps you bring bold, consistent flavor to every bite.
Head to your local Walmart and find Burn Pit BBQ today, right in your neighborhood.
Because better BBQ should be easy to get and even easier to enjoy.
Milwaukee Weight Loss says back to school means back to you. Schedule now and enroll by August the 31st to save $200 on the complete weight loss program. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com today to schedule your free consultation. Hurry! Offer ends August 31st. MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Students learn best when they can put their knowledge into action. JA's Stock Market Challenge teaches high school students how to analyze stocks and how current events impact value. Thanks to RSM, our partner that makes this program possible. It's just one of many ways JA brings learning to life. To learn more, visit Wisconsin.ja.org.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. If you've missed it, the Brewers have traded for Dustin May, starting pitcher, and JoJo Romero, a very good left-handed reliever from the St. Louis Cardinals. No return, that's the return. I don't know what the Brewers are sending. Waiting for that. I will update you as we know more. I like the idea of Dustin May, who has really good stuff to be in the Brewers pitching lab, and I do know that JoJo Romero is a very good back-end reliever. Out a couple more weeks.
Yeah,
but he's a really good back-end guy. And
43
so for those who are looking for the
innings?
back-end guy, he does fit the mold of someone you can be excited about.
Yeah. Yeah, that
5 years in St. Louis, a great reliever.
7, 8, 9.
Like usually there's setup guy, I'd say. He'd usually be like a holds guy in the 8th.
7, 8, 9. So I got to do
But also a matchup guy if you need it, lefty-lefty.
Depending on what the Brewers do with him, again, I feel like the Brewers have, with their starting rotation, that they have some guys that can give you 5 innings even in the playoffs.
So that being said,
I
do want you to hear this from Jim Bowden, a former general manager, and here's what he had to say about Matt Arnold on the MLB Network.
It's not 6 o'clock yet, right? We got time, right? Casey Mize hasn't been traded yet. Detroit's still talking. Clay Holmes hasn't been traded yet. They're still talking. Robbie Ray hasn't been traded yet. They're still talking. I'm expecting the Brewers to be heard from between now and 6 o'clock. There's a reason why Matt Arnold has won Executive of the Year 2 consecutive years. He's not going to win it this 3rd year, but I still think he'll make a deal at the deadline that everybody will raise their eyebrows and go, okay, don't count the Brewers out.
Oh, so you can scratch one off the list. Robbie Ray did go to San Diego. Clay Holmes is with the Mets, and Casey Mize with the Tigers, which, again, it would make sense that if you move on from Skubal, you move on from Mize, because at this point you're pretty much in sell mode and try and get what you can as you build for something different. So when you hear that from a former general manager who has a lot of belief in the executive that Matt Arnold is, and deservedly so, director of baseball operations and general manager, Kyle, what, does that tickle you a little bit?
No, it doesn't tickle me a bit. Because this is before the Brewers made their last deal. So this might be the move that he was talking about. No, it doesn't tickle me a bit. The Brewers.
He talked about how he could also do something at the end.
The Brewers. No, there is no big end deal for the Brewers to make at this point. I don't see the deal coming. I think the Brewers just showed you exactly the deal that they were going to make. Were the Brewers in on other conversations to try to get guys? Probably, right? They probably hit up the Tigers. They probably hit up some other folks as well to see exactly what it would take to get some guys from them. And the Brewers decided this is the deal we're going to make. You're talking about a team that brought a starting pitcher and a relief pitcher, which are they're both going to be on the roster. Like, those two guys are going to be on the roster. There's only so much room for bringing in more players. And so when I look at this, I think the Brewers made the deals that they were looking to make. I really do. I mean, could there be one more deal? Yes, but is it going to be a big splash deal? No, not at all, because they're going to make a big splash deal. I think they would have got somebody better than Dustin May.
Yeah,
but like
we had mentioned, those two guys are on expiring deals, so what you have to give up may still, like, again, if you do want to go get said splash, you probably have the assets to do that.
See, the way you're looking at it is, the Brewers strategically traded for some guys on expiring contracts to save up their prospects to go get somebody else.
I'm throwing out the scenario. I'm not saying they're going to do it, but if you want hope, I'm here to give you hope. If you're here for Kyle to shut down all the exciting opportunities, then you're here to the right place.
As somebody who loves to shop in the clearance section of any store, the Brewers went to the clearance section. I know what it's like. You can go to the other section.
No.
That's not
the clearance. That's a sale. They got a good sale. That wasn't clearance.
Clearance means that this is about to be it. They trying to clear them out. The St. Louis Cardinals, we're going to try to clear those guys out because they're gone after this year. They're expiring contracts. Only got 2 months left. They're trying to see what they can get prospects back. The Brewers were trying to get a clearance deal on somebody who basically is going to be done. Matter of fact, that's all they've been getting is clearance deals. Lance McCullers was a clearance deal.
What's worse than clearance?
Last sale?
Like the business is going out 90%.
Going out of business sale. It ain't that desperate. But no, I think they just got some guys. I think the Brewers are being very strategic about what they're attacking. They're trying to attack folks who they don't have to carry for too long, and they're trying to attract folks that aren't going to cost them high-level prospects. That's what the Milwaukee Brewers are trying to do. And I have no issue with it whatsoever. I'm just disappointed. Because I know I didn't expect for the Tarik Skubal. I didn't expect for the big deal, but I expected for something like, all right, that's a splash. I don't think this is a splash.
No, it's not a splash. But
I don't
think it's a good move.
Anybody, a reclamation project or building somebody back up, that's not a splash. A splash is getting somebody that's pitching really well this year that you can insert into the lineup and you say, okay, yeah. Or a splash
I would
is getting
say what they just did trading with the Cardinals is more than they did in totality of last year.
Sure, but it's not a splash deal.
I'm just trying to put
somebody with a 3.99.
I'm trying to put it in perspective.
Somebody with a 3.99 ERA in the division that's the same as yours. So I don't know how many NL teams that the Cardinals have played. NL Central teams the Cardinals have played, but they're in the same division. Play a very similar schedule with how many times they play each other in division. So I mean, it's a 3.99 is a 3.99. Like, that's what it is. Is he going to be spectacular? Probably not. Is he going to have some good days and some bad games? Probably. Like, that's up and down. I was expecting to get somebody who maybe was pitching really well this year, that even though they may not have a track history of being a great pitcher, but somebody pitching well this year, like a Casey Mize is pitching very well this year, right? Like, I would take him.
What I'm also feeling right now is in the Kyle Wallace world of this might be it. Right? This is a hypothetical because there's still time and we don't know what Manor
They may make another move, but it's going to be clearance.
But if it's not clearance, or even if it is clearance.
Bo Naylor was, I don't even know what that was.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that one. I text you, I hadn't had my coffee yet, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't think Seattle was going to sell Josh Naylor.
Oh, you thought it was Josh? And
I was like, I'm pretty sure he had like 3 home runs like in the playoffs last year after he got traded from the the Guardians, and then I said, Bo!
Yeah, I said, well, everybody loves Bo. Who doesn't love a good Bo?
Oh, yeah.
The Naylor brothers.
Also, if they do the clearance thing again, do you know what their way of putting even more of a jolt into the fan base is?
What is that?
You've mentioned it.
Oh, calling up somebody?
Yeah.
You got to put
one specific.
Put him on the 40-man roster.
Jesus Bidet.
And call him up.
And everyone's going to be like, let's go!
Bro, he had 7 RBIs over the weekend.
I saw that.
In one game.
Like, he was 5 for 5.
Yeah, he was 5 for 5. Yeah, the Shuckers, boy, them boys, they all hitting right now. But no, that's what the Brewers should do. They have to insert some type of jolt, like you just said. And Madej would do that. He would do that. Regardless if the Brewers win the World Series or not, you're going to be excited about what the future is. Get everybody excited. You never know what can happen.
As mentioned, Clay Holmes, Casey Mize. There's others out there from a pitching standpoint.
I would be shocked if they got
May. And they got JoJo Romero in the back end from the Cardinals. Still waiting to see what the Brewers gave up to get that, but those are expiring contracts. We'll keep you updated.
Yeah, Clay Holmes isn't an aspiring contract.
And he's old coming off injury. I don't know if I love that one, but we'll see what happens. I need to tell us about American Family Insurance because we got to get to Ryan Braun at 3 o'clock as well.
Oh, yeah.
We'd love to get his insight on all things Milwaukee Brewers and Miz.
Listen, it's time for NFL training camp. You know, the Green Bay Packers are back on the field. They put on those pads this week. But if you see anybody walking in or you see the players walking in, what you're seeing is the players riding bicycles because that is the Dream Drive. So that means the Dream Drive is back for the NFL training camp for the Green Bay Packers, and that's thanks to American Family Insurance. Young fans can ride bikes to and from practice alongside their favorite Packer players, creating unforgettable memories on just 2 wheels. That's whole fun for the family to be able to enjoy themselves. You get to ride your bike with the players. You can play games, soak up the sun, kick back in the shade, and don't forget the exclusive Packer giveaways appreciated by the American Family Insurance. Take home sunglasses, bucket hats, tote bags, and more. It's a Packers tradition you don't want to miss, sponsored by American Family Insurance. The Dream Drive is back, thanks to American Family Insurance.
Do you guys want me to go back to sitting on my hands until the Brewers make a move? Because that worked last time.
It did work. Maybe I do.
Next.
You're experiencing Kyle and Brust.
Eleanor Roosevelt and Franklin D. Roosevelt.
They were kissing cousins?
They were cousins. You know that?
But were they kissing?
What do you mean they were married?
Yeah,
what do you mean?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's Kyle Walsh from ESPN Wisconsin, and my wife and I trusted Paul's Jewelers with our wedding bands because they specialize in creating jewelry for life's biggest moments, and they made the entire process easy from start to finish. Now, there's another reason to stop in. The 7 C's Cafe. It's the perfect blend of the 4 C's of diamonds and Paul's 3 C's of coffee, chocolate, and cookies. Grab a handcrafted mocha made with locally sourced Wisconsin ingredients while you browse the showroom or swing by the 7 C's coffee trailer right outside. Visit Paul's Jewelers in West Dallas and create your masterpiece.
You never know when someone you care about might need a place like Curative Care. For more than a century, Curative Care has been helping children, adults, and families across southeast Wisconsin navigate developmental disabilities and find the support they need to thrive. They help families every step of the way, from early childhood through adulthood. They connect parents with resources, provide guidance through challenging times, and create a community where people truly belong. If you know someone who may be looking for answers and support for a loved one with developmental disabilities, visit curative.org. That's curative.org. Do it today.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed. Mamma mia! Screamin' Sicilian. So loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. And when we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
Paul Hansen here, founder of Iron Jock. Worried about the heat this summer? Don't sweat it. Our gear is made for real life. Iron Jock apparel combines moisture wicking with superior cooling and advanced odor-fighting silver ion technology that eliminates 99.9% of odor causing bacteria, so you are fresh for whatever's next. Our focus is simple. Make apparel that performs hard no matter where you are or what you are doing. Visit us at ironjock.com to experience the difference.
The wait is over. Women's college volleyball is back, and it all begins at Fiserv Forum this year with the AVCA First Serve event. Be there August 21st through the 24th for 4 days of can't-miss doubleheaders, featuring Wisconsin and Marquette, plus defending national champion Texas A&M, Kentucky, Pittsburgh, Texas, and more powerhouse programs. Dig into 4 days of elite matchups and get your tickets before it's too late at FiservForum.com. Watch the nation's best teams serve up the start of a new season. Grab your seats today at FiservForum.com.
I take care of my bone health, so I remain strong and active as I age. You can too. It is never too early or too late to start taking care of your bones. Bones provide support to keep you moving. Maintain bone strength at every age by getting calcium and vitamin D in your diet and exercising regularly. Get on your own path to good bone health. For bone health tips, visit pathtogoodbonehealth.org.
Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. Very interesting here.
Yeah.
We see what the Brewers have sent for Dustin May and JoJo Romero, who are coming to the Milwaukee Brewers. Alexander Frias and Josiah Ragsdale are going to St. Louis. According to Adam McCalvey, they are two fast-rising prospects who ranked 11th and 13th in MLB's top-ranked Brewers farm system.
They were
a lot of the initial reaction from Brewers fans within
shock. Shock.
The same reaction that you
shock.
have.
No, shock. Josiah Ragsdale has been playing very well. Alexander Frias has been playing well. You're talking about two guys who are hitting over 300. Frias is only 18 years old. I'm shocked. Like I am.
You sound like I'm watching dodgeball right now.
No, you just traded two guys where who are playing. And again, you don't know what they're going to be. But they were more Frias being young.
Well,
he's only 18.
It's him being young, but also
for a rental.
That's what I was gonna say. Is there the opportunity for an extension for either Romero or Dustin May?
Maybe I don't know, but as of right now, the Brewers got fleeced. Maybe there is a desperation kicking in for listen. I forgot Matt Arnold's name for a second. Maybe there is a desperation kicking in because that seems like the Brewers got fleeced. But again, what do I know? I don't sit there. I'm not a Major League Baseball scout. I'm not a minor league baseball scout. I'm just a guy that likes watching highlights of the minor league teams and following stats of teams. It seems like a heavy.
If you have Twitter X, go to at Adam McCalvey on Twitter, and if you usually when there's a lot more replies than likes, it's not a good sign. And fleeced is a very common term being used from Brewers fans about this trade.
Yeah, this is disappointing. We shall see what this means, but this again, it doesn't mean neither of these guys may ever make it to the major leagues, right? And so, I guess my issue is that these guys seem like they had a pretty good future. For guys who are going to be a 2-month rental, I'm lost.
As how, again, everything's about how much do you close the gap towards the Dodgers, and the gap widened with Skubal, and the two guys you get don't even match the production of said Skubal with everything else that the Dodgers
I guess
have.
beggars can't be choosers. I guess we choosers, and we have to trust that the Brewers have so much in the farm system. But maybe I thought like these guys could be part of something bigger, like Josiah Ragsdale.
11th and 13th.
Yeah, they would be the add-ins to something that's really good versus it being you're basically doing a player-for-player swap for guy. You're trading away the future for guys who may or may not be here next year. But
that's what you do when you believe you're. This also could be him saying, "I believe in the team that we have."
If I'm the Cardinals, if I'm a Cardinals fan right now,
you're not. You don't have to.
I'm not. But they got a great deal. They got two guys where you don't know what's going to happen. Especially a guy who's 18 playing as well as Frias was. That's a little nerve wracking. I can live with Josiah not being around because he may not. There may not be room for him. With where he's at in Double-A, his age, like there may not be room for him. I can get that one. But the Frias one, again, they know more than I do. But I think a lot of fans feel like I do right now. It seems like we lost a trade, and we're so used to winning trades, we lost.
You can't say you won or lost a trade until the end result of the players that you get are on the team and contribute.
So, question: if the Brewers don't win a World Series and they traded away two young prospects,
again, it has never. This conversation, even about Skubal, hasn't been winning a World Series, been getting past the Dodgers. So now you're moving the goalpost a little too far for this trade specifically.
All right. So what is this trade supposed to help the Brewers do?
This trade's supposed to help them in the back end of the bullpen, which was an important thing that everyone talked about with JoJo Romero.
For what, though? Like, help the back end of the bullpen, where are they trying to go? Help me, Ben. Where are the Brewers trying
Aaron
to go?
Ashby has having another option outside of Aaron Ashby as a lefty to rely on in high leverage spots.
Where is the destination? We're on the road right now. We're on a journey. Where's the end goal?
For the Brewers?
Uh-huh.
To beat the Dodgers?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, whatever.
If you get by the Dodgers, you got a chance.
If you get by the Dodgers, I'm looking stupid. And if Dustin,
it's a tall task.
Oh yeah,
it was a tall task with or without Skubal.
There's going to be, like I said, virtually nothing in the next 2 hours will likely change people's mindsets about how close that gap is.
Man, I thought maybe honestly, again, I don't know enough about baseball. I felt like a Casey Mize with these two guys, plus another one would get you Casey Mize.
You're not a baseball GM.
No, I'm not.
You don't know what those asking prices are.
I may be.
I'm telling you, again, it's a reliever, but JoJo Romero is very good, and Dustin May has good stuff.
No, I get it, but now my level of expectations for them has completely ratcheted
because
up.
of who they gave up.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So my expectation, Dustin May for sure is going to be hell. Based off of health and based off of where the Brewers are at, right? Like obviously Logan Henderson has kind of emerged of late for you. You're going to get Kyle.
What I've always told you though, when you get caught up on prospects.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. They
never
know.
You just never
and
know.
there's a reason why they traded these guys. But again,
it's not like they haven't signed prospects that have worked out for them that we're watching every day right now.
Let me tell you, the trade deadline's over. So because this is it. So Dustin May, I expect Dustin May to be in the rotation in the playoffs. Like he's gonna be that number 3 starter for the Brewers in the playoffs.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace joining us on the Yingling Legends line in 2 minutes for just about everything we can possibly ask him is going to be Ryan Braun. Ryan Braun, the Yingling Legends line, is next.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free in 48 months with 0% interest, same as cash. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Just doing some roofing on another lovely Wisconsin day. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, it's just roofing done the old-fashioned way. Do you need shingles? Let's mingle, for a Wisconsin tradition never dwindles. So raise a glass, shake a hand for this old-fashioned brand. Whoop, that's old-fashioned roofing.
Every day, teachers and support staff step up, give their all, and make a difference for students. It's a great time to say thank you. I'm Peggy Wirtz-Olson, teacher and president of the Wisconsin Education Association Council. We are teaming up with the Badgers to recognize educators who reach, teach, and inspire. Think of an educator who changed your life and tell us their story. Visit weac.org and help us celebrate the professionals who power Wisconsin's public schools.
We are the home for all your Bucks coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle and Brust on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. With Kyle Wallace, here's Ben Brust.
I would say about 2 hours and 10 minutes left in the deadline, although it's technically 1 hour and 57 minutes. Usually see some things trickle out past 5 o'clock.
The faxes come through a little bit late.
Yeah. Couldn't tell you the last time I faxed something. I don't even know if I've ever faxed anything in my life. Ben Brust, Kyle
Really?
Wallace. I mean, I probably did, but
you didn't fax over your transcripts? Or your counselor didn't?
Probably, but did I? Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace. You, with your reaction to Dustin May and JoJo Romero being the newest Milwaukee Brewers. What, Kyle?
Weren't you still part of the generation where you had to fax in your letter of intent? Weren't you like part of that last generation?
No.
People, when I was in high school, folks were still faxing in the letter of intent.
Anyways, Alexander Frias and Josiah Ragsdale are heading to St. Louis. A lot of upset Brewers fans because of how well they are playing. If you trust Matt Arnold, you'd like to think that they're selling high on the prospects as they traded for, I would say, mid-tier guys at the deadline in Dustin May and Jojo Romero, but two that can help the Brewers, help them to the degree that you want them to help you. That's up for you to decide.
Now they better. What you mean?
Because of the prospects that you. Again, this is the damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You can't complain and then not complain and then complain.
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, for those folks who are complaining or folks who are a little confused like I am, Josiah Ragsdale seems like he'll be a good player. He's really come on this season, especially, but he may not have a space in Major League Baseball. Like, even if he does become good, the Brewers have other good outfielders, and he may not have a spot. He's 22 years old, so the Brewers might say, yeah, we like him, but we don't have any room for him coming up in the future. Alexander Frias, don't know. He's young. Maybe, he might be good now. You don't know what he's going to be, but you got some other young good guys.
18 years old?
Yeah, you got some other guys in the Dominican League that are going to be coming this way who may be able to supplant him. So, again, maybe the whole reason for them making this deal is this is what they need to do to get done, and they feel confident enough in their scouting department that they're going to have other guys that are going to come up and make you not miss them. And so maybe that's what it is. You got to trade the future in order to win for now. So I fully believe that Dustin May and Jojo Romero are going to play a key role in the Brewers' push for the playoffs and push to make it to the World Series.
The reason why I bring up the selling high thing is because all I hear specifically when it comes to the Milwaukee Brewers and specifically Matt Arnold is I have a trust for Matt Arnold beyond belief, right? Like almost like, I'm a sheep.
Yeah.
So when you hear something like that and people be like, I get it, right? Like, because what the Brewers have is the number one farm system. And when you have the number one farm system, you're going to fall in love with a lot of the guys.
You do.
Because you got a lot of good guys.
You do. And I have fallen. I am guilty of falling in love with some of the guys.
I'm not saying that they're not going to turn out to be something. But at the end of the day, as you just mentioned, there may not be a spot for them in the majors come a couple years.
And the Brewers know exactly what they're doing, right? They're not going to risk anything if they didn't feel like they were able to do it. And I think that's why, again, I was initially shocked, and now I had a whole 2-minute break for me to really think about it and stew on it. And I said, all right.
Good for you. That's growth.
I said, all right, I'm not happy with them leaving, but in my mind, obviously the Brewers believe Dustin May still has something left in the tank for them to be able to be good and help the Brewers. Jojo Romero brings an added trusted bullpen arm, something that I think the Brewers
Ashby's
need.
been overworked much this year. And DL Hall, I believe, is back off the IL. You get another lefty. It's a good move for the Milwaukee Brewers.
And the Brewers need to build the bullpen in the sense of, I feel confident you got guys that can get you 4 to 5.
It's a good move, but you have to be able to be okay with moving on from some guys. And you're never – I don't think anyone would have been happy no matter what. Because
I mean, it depends on who it was.
But when you have the number one farm system in baseball, everyone sounds really good.
But it depends on who.
They weren't top 10 guys.
Who you're bringing in?
Were they top 10 guys or were they 11 and 13?
They weren't. They were not top 10 guys. But again, it depends on what you're bringing in, and some folks feel like the Brewers overpaid for it, and it seems like maybe the Brewers are definitely getting a little bit desperate because they want to do something.
Let's go to Tim in Oregon. Tim in Oregon. That's a thing, CCAT, you need to learn. Oregon is the state. Oregon is the city in Wisconsin. Tim in Oregon. Yeah, you're up on the Carbless Talking text line.
Oregon. Yeah. You guys are doing good. Yeah, Oregon. That's a state of mind out here. Anyway, you guys are doing good. I don't know anything about all these prospects like anybody else unless we really follow them. But look at, we traded prospects for a player. That's pretty good. That's isn't that the bargain basement idea here? That you get an actual starter, and that was really good. And it would have been kind of sort of sad, like if Churio or Terang was traded, for something else. And that would kind of, and I think the players were spooked, with all this trade talk lately. I just think that maybe they can settle in and develop a kind of a team personality without being afraid of being traded and all that. So, I mean, it kind of could be a big relief after this, but it's without getting rid of some of our favorite players,
Well, we don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 hours. What I will say is, though, what I've always been trying to say when it comes to enjoying the 2026 Milwaukee Brewers, and if prospects outside of this trade that were maybe higher up in the organization were traded.
Yeah.
Which we haven't seen that. Obviously, it happened with Skubal. We don't know what's going to happen in the next hour and a half or so. Is what you have in front of you are real Major League Baseball players that have put you as the #1 record in baseball. You beat a franchise record last year with 97 wins. So, like, what you have in front of you are real baseball players.
You do.
There's an unknown of prospects
100%.
that it is fun as a baseball fan of a team to look at that, especially in this market and how the Brewers have to find success. Has to be good in the farm system, and they build them up and they come up and they help the team. And it almost feels college-ish of 2010, right? Almost like the era that I was playing in college and all the recruits that the Badgers got in football as well. You see them grow freshman to sophomore year, and then they become part of the the main chorus of their junior and senior year. That's how you almost look at the Brewers in comparison with the Dodgers. You just can't go buy everything. And so it does get a little uncomfortable when you move on from 11th and 13th prospect. But I know they're getting a really good reliever. I know they're getting a starter that has potential.
Yeah.
That's the part that is a little a conversational of I would have liked somebody who's just having a good season that you're like, they're at their best right now, and I think they can help the team right now. There's going to be a little bit of watch, hope, and see when it comes to Dustin May. And I'm not sitting on my hands because I'm not expecting a major splash here, but I'm not Matt Arnold.
Yeah, no, and again, we got to trust in Matt Arnold, and I'm with you. I'm not expecting some big splash, but I think right now the mind frame should be shifted to, can the Milwaukee Brewers compete with the Dodgers? And I think at this point, you're still a big underdog. You just have to depend now on your bullpen and your starting pitching staff to have to be really good, right? You have to depend on this team to be able to have the I think do they still have the best ERA, starting ERA in baseball?
But the thing is last time I looked, yes, and if I look right now, it's either yes or number two.
But that's the thing is they're really good, and so you just have to depend that translates over. And again, I'll keep saying it over and over and over, is that what the Brewers have shown me is that they can pitch in the playoffs. Like, the Brewers can have pitching in the playoffs. I trust our manager to be able to make sure that we're in a position where we're always within striking distance. It's all about, can the bats come through in the biggest moments, and that is something yet to be seen. So over this next less than 2 hours, I would expect the Brewers to finalize something with a bat. Like, get another bat in there, even if it's a guy that doesn't hit for average but has the opportunity to swing the bat to hit home runs. The Brewers need somebody who can drive in runs. That's exactly what they need. And so that should be the next move. I think when you look at the pitching staff, I think the Brewers are done.
The Cubs did trade for a reliever as well. Just
That's
I don't
moves?
know. I think 2 because Detmers didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
Which can be confusing because it looked like it happened, then it didn't happen, and then they actually got somebody from the Angels that was a reliever that wasn't a starter. We will continue to update you on all things MLB trade deadline. What happened here? Let's bring CCAT in. Did we have, because this has happened to me, did we have a little snafu with time zones for Ryan Braun?
No, I don't know about that. We can ask him that. I don't know.
Oh, he's coming?
Right now? Soon. How about that?
All right, fair enough.
Now, when you say soon, you mean you heard from him?
I'm saying I heard from someone who heard from him, and I would not.
He's a busy man. We had to get him a little earlier. You know he's on Cali time. So
maybe he's being traded. Maybe he's got a pack.
That would be great to have him back in baseball, but he's retired.
Yes.
He did play in the alumni game.
Oh.
I didn't see the pop that I remember seeing from him back in the day.
Who has his rights? Like, if he retired a Brewer, right? Like, if he signs with someone, isn't there something with that?
Did he finish his contract with the Brewers, or did he just retire? Because he sounded like an 8-year deal. I'm not sure if I was him, I would have finished it out. Got every penny.
Someone saw his swing in the alumni games. Like, we could use some pop.
Hell yeah, I would be on the. Y'all got
So did we just lose Jason Wilde for the day as well? Then
I'm about to text Jason.
Working hard.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Matt Arnold's still working hard for all of us too. Kyle, tell us about Steinhoffels.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I know right now people are still anxious about what our team is gonna do.
I'm also nervous that I don't want to miss anything. Please, something happen again. It's so fun with these.
Something happened again, but you know what I love the fact every time I go home, I get to relax. I get to relax on my couch at home. I can put my feet up and enjoy my evening, and you can do that when you buy great furniture from Steinhofels like I did. If you're looking to upgrade your home, whether you're looking to upgrade your basement, right? You got a beautiful basement, you want to get that nice big old couch, you maybe want to get a great TV stand, something with a fireplace, you can get that from Steinhofels. If you're looking at your patio, say, man, we really should have updated our patio this summer, you can still do it right now. And if you're looking to upgrade your bedroom, you can do it with a Beauty Rest mattress right at Steinhofels. And right now, get a free foundation with your Beauty Rest mattress purchase. Queens start at only $14.99, or you can step up to luxury and get a Beauty Rest Black King adjustable base set and get $500 instant in savings. And what I love is they also have 60-month financing at Steinhofels, so you know better sleep has never been more affordable. Don't overpay for a great night's sleep. Shop in store or online at steinhofels.com or in Steinhofels in a location at one of their stores. Listen, y'all, relax. It's Steinhofels.
Ryan Braun scheduled to appear 3:30 on the Yingling Legends line. We will update you on all things Milwaukee Brewers and the trade deadline. Do have some highlights from training camp from our training camp correspondent Alex Strofe. Big stuff in first padded practice of the year. But number one on the mind, what will Matt Arnold do in the next hour and 45 minutes? More next.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust.
I think I need to take medicine. I've been sick for a month.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 41, backing up from before Appleton Avenue all the way down to Burleigh. Northbound's backed up from North Avenue all the way to just past Silver Spring. Southbound 43, heavy from before Good Hope Road to Bender Road, back on the brakes from Capitol Drive down past Locust. A little bit more right through the Marquette. And then on westbound 94, we're seeing delays from 35th Street past Hawley Road. The eastbound side slowing down right through the stadium to 35th. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner, dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mostly clear skies, a low of 64. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and warmer. A chance for afternoon showers or storms, a high of 84. Weather is brought to you by Lake Lawn Resort. Your perfect Wisconsin summer starts at Lake Lawn Resort. Enjoy boating, golf, spa treatments, and lakeside relaxation on Delavan Lake. Visit lakelawnresort.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 4th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Local Union 2150 IBEW. Tune in August 4th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Kevin Rett from Mentality Men's Health. Here's what we've learned in treating 25,000 men. You can't just rely on testosterone alone anymore. To run at full capacity, your body needs peptide therapy on top of your TRT. Our physician's treatment designed to support your recovery, repair, and performance with peptide therapy. A custom plan around your numbers, monitored every step of the way. Testosterone levels the field, and peptides drive your results. Start today at lowtusa.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Product pricing and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Outfitting your team? Planning an event? That's a whole lot of moving pieces, and your custom apparel shouldn't be one of the headaches. At Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more, you get more than just printed shirts. You get a local partner who helps you design it, order it, and gives you the confidence that will all come together on time. From team gear to company events, no job is too big. Big Frog delivers quality, guidance, and a smooth experience from start to finish. Skip the guesswork. Go local. Come see us in Mequon or just jump online. BigFrog.com/Mequon.
Don't think twice.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Right now, more than 100,000 children waiting in foster care need our help. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is focused on finding them safe, permanent homes. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. When the dust settles and you do want to potentially look at the odds, because it may get bigger for them to win the National League, but if you believe, you can go to the kiosk and maybe get some value on the Brewers. They got all day brunch with steak and eggs at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. All things cheese with the appetizers. Build your own burger. Bingo, table games, slot machines. When you walk in, just know you can wander around and find some entertainment around. Lily, you look left. Woo, look at that. You look right. The bonus over there in the slot machine. Good luck to that person. Could be you if you head on in to Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Must be 21 years or older. All right, Kyle, this question specifically for you because I continue to see it. Like I had mentioned, what do you want next? If they make a second move, what happens next? It's Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. If you've missed it, the Milwaukee Brewers traded for Dustin May and JoJo Romero, giving their 11th and 13th best prospects up for that. And ironically, I will give my former teammate, who's a huge Brewers fan, a shout out because I think I said this pretty much verbatim to you. He said 9 minutes ago, quote, "We have so many prospects. Trade them for help. Trade happens. No, not one of those. Happens every single time." That was from Sam Decker.
Yeah, and I think the whole thing is sometimes you need time to process it, right? And I needed time to process it. And now that we process it, I think this overall, it is what it is. You need help now, as you just alluded to Sam Decker. And the Brewers are always going to have new prospects that come up, and they already got guys that are probably blocking away for surely of Josiah Ragsdale to get up. Now, the question you asked me about, do the Brewers need a bat?
Yeah, that's the next question. Are they going to get a bat?
Yeah,
there's the need. What do you mean need?
No, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely, no, I don't believe the Brewers are actually going to get a bat that's of worth us talking about. No.
A bat.
Yes, the Brewers will get a bat. They'll get a bat. Was Brandon Lockridge a bat?
I would say no.
No, but that's
I'd actually say no. I would say he wasn't a bat. He was a utility guy.
Yeah, and so, but that's my whole thing. And so, just because you're getting a guy that plays in the field doesn't mean that he's actually a bat. So, I do think the Brewers are going to get somebody, but I don't think it's going to be somebody of significance that's going to be able to push them over. The Brewers have an issue with, for me, they score runs, yes, but they don't have power. And this has been a consistent problem for the Brewers. And the only thing I'm thinking about now is that I'm not concerned about the Brewers in the regular season because what they have shown you 3 back-to-back-to-back years, now going into a 4th year in a row, that the Brewers can be very successful during the regular season. It is all about how can we get rid of our demons during the playoffs, and our demons in the playoffs have not been able to get enough runs in order to win games. The bats go silent when you need them most. I always go back to the NLCS because that is a reminder of the failures of the Milwaukee Brewers offense. You can be as good of an offense that you want to be during the regular season, but if you don't have big boppers who can change the game with a swing of the bat, you are failing your team. And I think right now for the Brewers, that is the one thing that they're absolutely missing and the thing I'm most fearful of. And I said it before this trade deadline, is that if I had to choose between a big bat or a starting pitcher, I'd rather take a big bat because I actually trust in the pitching staff and I trust in the pitching coach and I trust that this team can actually get the Brewers to a point in a postseason where they're not allowing 10 runs in a game. They're going to allow 3 to 4 runs in a game. I just need for my offense to be able to score at least 5 runs in a game, which is something they weren't able to do in total against the Dodgers last year in the 4-game series where they got swept.
I do want to continue to hear at 800-990-3776, the Carpus Talking text line. By the end of the deadline, will the Brewers have a new bat that you are happy with? But I do have from Adam McCalvey on Kyle Harrison, who was in Boston with Dustin May. A great guy with, what did I say, Kyle? He's got great stuff.
Yeah.
It's just wicked sweepers, wicked sinker with the arm side movement, changeups that fall off the table. He's a fun guy to bounce ideas off of, and his stuff is nasty. So, get that nasty stuff with Chris Hook and figure it all out. And All's good.
Wicked's a good word, man. Wicked gets me excited.
Wicked gets you excited, but put it all together where you see some more consistency. And again, I'm not
Wicked
watching
sweepers.
I'm not watching. I'm not watching the St. Louis
With a wicked
Cardinals.
sinker.
Well, it sounds like he wicked everything. It's a damn play.
And his stuff is nasty. I mean, we just got.
He's also wicked smart.
Nice.
That's the only thing I think of when you use the word.
Nice. Wicked smart.
He also has a wicked ERA of 4.38 this year.
Come on,
I know. I'm just saying. In the month of July, he had a 4.62 ERA. So again,
what about June? Isn't that when he basically threw the no hitter against the Brewers?
June, he
all the way into the 8th.
Yeah, June.
And the Brewers won that game, right? I'm not crazy.
He went 7 innings. Yeah. So overall, I mean, again, I'm not disappointed in the trade whatsoever. I'm just saying I don't know if the Brewers are doing enough to be able to get over the hump. But the hump was bigger than what it was the last time I had a show on Friday. The hump became bigger. The Dodgers got better, and the Brewers, there's only so much that they can do.
Everyone's using gap. Why'd you go
gap,
hump,
whatever it is, hill, whatever you want to call it, mountain, whatever it is, it's not insurmountable because you never know what can happen in the playoffs. Guys get banged up, guys get hurt, teams get hot, and miracles happen. And I think that's what's going to take for the Milwaukee Brewers.
So you think this is like Miracle on Ice level?
Not Miracle on Ice level, but
David versus Goliath?
No, I just don't believe the Milwaukee Brewers have enough horses in order to get past the Dodgers.
Is this like Hoosiers? The small team trying to beat the big.
Do you think the Brewers have enough bats to get past the Dodgers? And you're talking about the team that is
this UMBC versus Virginia?
No, it's not. It's not that big.
I mean, it was a sweep last year.
I mean, that's just disrespectful to the
I'm just saying that's what you're making it feel like.
Well, no, because it is.
You're talking about this hump. I'm talking about humps that have happened in real life.
No, but there is.
Or in movies.
There definitely is a gap between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Dodgers. And again, if the Dodgers are able to get healthy during the postseason, that's something that I think would concern anybody, right? It concerns you as a Milwaukee Brewers fan, does it not?
Yeah, of course it does. They literally traded for Chris. By the way, underrated today is that the Dodgers went and got another lefty who had all-star caliber year last year. And Chris Bubik from the Kansas City Royals. Like, there's no room for him on the starting rotation. I'm not like Wroblewski is an all-star this year who might be their 5th starter, who could also be a bullpen guy. Like it's crazy.
Oh well, that's what teams do.
Dustin May and JoJo Romero, baby.
Yeah, and I like JoJo Romero, and again, I think the deal.
Do you like JoJo Romero because I told you I really like JoJo.
You said you like JoJo
really
Romero,
like
and then when I looked into him, I'm like, okay, this is something that the Brewers need somebody in the back end of the bullpen. Like that's what the Brewers need to build upon is having the back end of the bullpen because how many guys in the playoffs, especially when you're talking about Brewers baseball, guys aren't going 7 innings. Dudes aren't going that long. Guys are going maybe 5. 6, maybe 6, but guys are going 5 innings. So anytime you can bridge that gap between when your starting pitcher is out until you can get to Abner Uribe, until you can get to Trevor McGill, I'm happy about that. Guys that are dependable. Chad Patrick and Jacob Misiorowski were clutch for the Brewers last year. Specifically more Chad Patrick, being Jacob was fantastic, but Jacob was fantastic, but I'm saying Chad Patrick just
in some moments
yes,
he definitely delivered.
Because again, he was the kind of the star for us that we weren't expecting to be a star during the playoffs last postseason. So that's what the Brewers need to do. They need to figure that out, and I think maybe that's what JoJo Romero can also present for the Brewers. And you talk about giving Aaron Ashby a little bit of time not to be able to have to be used like a workhorse.
Guys, it's happening. You know how much I love Homer, right?
Yes.
What did Homer say? It's over.
He's in a debate with people on Twitter about fastballs and cutters
Yes.
and sweepers, and it's I love it so much.
You want some numbers?
Let's hear.
Of course.
Our great friends, Potawatomi Sportsbook. The Dodgers have the same odds to win the National League as they do to beat the Cubs today at -125.
Yeah, but they were -125 before the Skubal trade. What? That's why I'm like really interested in what's going on right now. I love Potawatomi. I just want you to look at some unnamed books to see what is out there in the market.
Okay.
Because I figured that would have moved drastically. But that's what you're here to do research for. Scheduled to appear, correct?
Yeah, we got him scheduled to appear in 2 minutes.
Okay. And I know you get a little antsy back there. You got like that anxiety when you don't know if someone's going to show up or not.
Exactly.
So real quick, no anxiety when it comes to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't include haggling. They stick to that straightforward pricing and honest conversations. Definitely some haggling going on out west, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about Dodgers.
What?
Yeah.
But Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in that because they are the best. I've worked with them, and I've had conversations about what we want done in our home and made it work with the financing options and doing it all in different pieces at a time. You don't have to do it all at once. It's real pricing, premium quality, and no games played. Schedule your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. CCAT, hopefully you can breathe easy when Ryan Braun's face pops up for you to watch him on YouTube on the Yingling Legends line next.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust.
I mean, I love you both, but I find Kyle a little more spot on.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We have a broken down vehicle northbound 43 right about at Fond du Lac Avenue. It is off on the right shoulder, so just be careful coming out of the Marquette interchange. The southbound side is really where we're seeing the big delays from just before Good Hope Road to Bender Road, then just past Hampton all the way down to Locust and a little bit more right through the Marquette. Westbound 94 delayed now right through the stadium interchange to Hawley Road. Eastbound coming out of the stadium to about 35th Street. Painting doesn't have to be overwhelming. Let 2-Day Painting do the work. Ask about 15% off and free touch-ups for life. Schedule your free estimate at 2daypainting.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight. Mostly clear skies, a low of 64. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and warmer. A chance for afternoon showers or storms, a high of 84. Weather is brought to you by Lake Lawn Resort. Your perfect Wisconsin summer starts at Lake Lawn Resort. Enjoy boating, golf, spa treatments, and lakeside relaxation on Delavan Lake. Visit lakelawnresort.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jen Latta. I've spent my career around athletes, coaches, and people looking for an edge. That's why I was so impressed when I visited Revival in Brookfield. From kickboxing-inspired fitness, Kaiser cutting-edge performance training, yoga, bar, Pilates, and a suite of recovery experiences that include red light therapy, infrared sauna, cold plunge, and contrast therapy, Revival is redefining fitness and wellness all under one roof. Limited Tier 1 memberships are now available while they last. Schedule a tour today at revivalbrookfield.com.
It's a summer of big wins with WinFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Just play with your Potawatomi Rewards card for entries and your chance to win cash and reward play all summer long. Then keep the excitement going because all your monthly drawing entries roll over into the WinFest final drawings on September 25th, where you could win cars, dream vacations, free play, and cash. Don't miss out on WinFest, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Catch a battle between two of the National League's best when the Brewers take on the Braves Friday, August 21st and Saturday the 22nd. It's a weekend of great matchups and great events as the Brewers celebrate Black Culture Fest at the opener Friday the 21st, featuring live art, live music performances, and a maker's market. Then it's Hank Aaron replica jersey giveaway day on the 22nd, courtesy of UW Credit Union. Don't miss it. Get your tickets today at Brewers.com.
Calling all High Life lovers, the Champaign of Beers is making history. They're selecting their very first mayor of the Champaign of Beers region. Share your story, throw your hat in the ring, and show us why you love High Life by visiting the Miller Brewery website. Must be 25 plus to sign up, 21 plus to enjoy. Celebrate responsibly.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited with my brother and business partner, Eric Brown. Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's choice for siding, windows, roofing, and doors.
Siding Unlimited delivers on expectations because our experience, integrity, and craftsmanship come through on every project.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Paul Hansen here, founder of Iron Jock. Worried about the heat this summer? Don't sweat it. Our gear is made for real life. Iron Jock apparel combines moisture wicking with superior cooling and advanced odor-fighting silver ion technology that eliminates 99.9% of odor causing bacteria so you are fresh for whatever's next. Our focus is simple. Make apparel that performs hard no matter where you are or what you are doing. Visit us at ironjock.com to experience the difference.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Some legends leave their mark on the game.
Ryan Braun sends it to left center and deep. Get up! Get out of here! Gone for Ryan Braun! He just hit a walk-off out of here!
Others leave stories you'll never forget.
To understand how meaningful and significant it was for that team to get to the postseason for the first time meant so much.
Now it's your chance to hear them firsthand on the Yuengling Legends Line. Legendary names, legendary stories. Brought to you by Yuengling. Crack open a Yuengling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Now, here's 6-time All-Star, 5-time Silver Slugger, 2007 Rookie of the Year, and 2011 National League Most Valuable Player, Ryan Braun.
It is Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin, about an hour and 25 minutes and change, because, like you said, some faxes come through a little later after 5 o'clock Central, 6 Eastern, the trade deadline. But on the Yuengling Legends line, joining us now is Ryan Braun. You heard the intro. Ryan, what's up?
What's going on, guys? Thank you for having me.
Thanks for
just
joining us, Braun.
taking in the news from Saturday and what felt like some anxiousness from Brewers fans until a move was made for Dustin May and JoJo Romero. Let's start with Skubal. How much does the gap get bigger because LA has Skubal?
I think it's an impactful move, obviously. I think it really does meaningfully increase their likelihood of being very, very difficult to beat in the postseason. And I know other people have talked about it, but what it really does is it also puts them in a position where they don't have to face them, right? If you faced Miz and Skubal in a series, the Brewers become a very, very difficult team to beat. And so I'm sure that was a part of their thought process. I was hoping anybody but the Dodgers. Obviously I preferred he went to the Brewers, but had he ended up anywhere other than the Brewers, the Dodgers was probably the last place I would have wanted to see him end up.
So the second part of this was the Dustin May and JoJo Romero part. And as I go through this, Adam McCalvey talks about how with Kyle Harrison, who spent some time with him in Boston, wicked sweepers, wicked sinker, using I guess, what sounds like wicked verbiage from the East Coast. Jake Bowers talks about the sinker being good and the sweeper seems like it comes from left center. All that being said, he has great stuff. What did you see from your time with the Brewers and being around the organization from their pitching lab? They're able to acquire guys that have stuff and just almost like get more out of them than any other team.
Yeah, I mean, I think the organization deserves so much credit for recognizing how to optimize guys' pure stuff. Oftentimes, they'll make subtle suggestions that seem to be incredibly impactful. They have a long track record of doing this. I think, they look at this through the lens of how can we help make guys better? Who can we quickly plug in? Who can be impactful acquisitions? Obviously, I think the organization deserves the benefit of the doubt as they have a long track record of identifying, the right pieces to acquire, who can be impactful. And I think both of those guys have really good stuff. I'm sure they'll figure out where and how to plug them in and have some suggestions to make on how to, continue to get the most out of their ability.
Braun, for a team that's in contention like the Milwaukee Brewers, it seems a lot of conversation was being had, whether it was in the locker room, but guys being asked, like Pat Murphy talking about he's rubbing and praying to the rosary, talking about his trade deadline. They even asked Miz about the trade with Skubal, him going to the Dodgers, and Miz says, I don't want to talk about it. But guys in the locker room, are they really looking to see what the Brewers add to help get them over the hump? How does this impact the locker room on a trade deadline day?
Well, everybody pays attention, right? I mean, I think everybody has MLB Network on today. They're refreshing MLB trade rumors or whoever is, breaking the trade news on Twitter.
Yes.
But at the same time, you want to be respectful of the guys who are in the locker room. You know that the front office and organization does everything in their power to try to acquire the right pieces while balancing present needs versus the importance of, keeping some of these prospects who are going to be impactful for the next 5 or 6 years. And then, you want to be cautious of the way that you approach it because you don't know who you're going to get. When you make comments about the importance or significance of adding pieces, that ultimately means that whoever the 24th, 25th, 26th guys on your own roster are probably going to be out of a spot. So I think you want to be respectful of the culture, the locker room, your teammates, and ultimately everybody knows that the front office is doing everything in their power to add impactful pieces, but you don't know which ones will end up getting across the finish line or not.
Ryan Braun's joining Kyle and Brust here on the Yingling Legends line. And, Ryan, this has been talked about specifically from Kyle because he remembers, your teams and some of the guys that were just hitting bombs and just going yard, yourself and others on your team. When you look at the deadline, and the most common thing we're now seeing is people want to see a bat. It's going to be hard to find a bat where you have so much power. But so say they don't. What is your message to fans who see that the Brewers were not, what did they put up, 4 runs total in the NLCS, Kyle?
That is correct.
I'd like to think experience of getting there is going to help them be better this year, but it's not the entire same team. What's your message as a hitter and to the fans as why they could be more successful this year without the big power bat?
Experience helps. I mean, it's really meaningful. There's nothing to duplicate. The intensity, the pressure, everybody feels it, and there's no regular season game or experience that can prepare you for what postseason baseball feels like other than having gone through it. Churio and his brief postseason career has looked fantastic. He just looks like a guy that wants and embraces the moment. Bryce Terang's taken another big step forward. Cooper Pratt's looked fantastic since they brought him up to the big leagues. And ultimately, you're going to be depending on these guys to have success, to have a chance to get to where you want to be, regardless of if they're able to acquire anyone else. So I do think having been through that experience, having felt that pressure, having learned how to slow down the heartbeat, continue to breathe, continue to take the same approach in those big moments is something that will definitely be helpful for all of these young hitters.
If the Brewers don't bring up any big bats or trade in for any big bats, do you think they should call up any of these young prospects in order to give them that experience in the playoffs? Nigel Morgan, T+, your boy, he joined us last week. He said, you know what? At this point, bring up Madej because you want him to start getting that experience in the playoffs this postseason because he's going to be a big part of your future.
Yeah, I mean, I think there have been very few guys who have had the success he's had at his age at each level that haven't come up and immediately been impactful players. Obviously, he's only 19 years old still, but if you look at Ronald Acuna and Juan Soto and Mike Trout and Bryce Harper, I mean, you're talking about the best players we've seen over the last decade plus. And every one of those guys was dominating the minor leagues at a young age, and we're seeing this guy do that as well. So it's unfair to put that type of expectation on him. But ultimately, you're making these projections based on what comparable players have done at similar ages in their minor league careers. So I certainly wouldn't be opposed to it. And ultimately, I think pure talent plays out. And sometimes those guys can bring just a different edge, a different energy. I would certainly be open-minded to it as an organization for sure.
What in-season trade that you remember? Because a lot of times, I think the big trades for me that I remember when you were a Milwaukee Brewer was when we got K-Rod from the Mets, and then obviously we got CC Sabathia. Which trade do you remember during the season, which was close to the deadline, was most impactful to your team when you played for the Brewers?
Yeah, I mean, the CC one by far, right? By a magnitude of like 5 or 10x. I mean, what it meant to acquire him at that time for a young group and a team that hadn't been to the postseason in 25 or 26 years. It really lifts up the energy of the room. I think that the excitement that's created is tangible, and I think that it impacts the whole group. So CC certainly is the one that stands out the most to me.
Obviously I'm stuck on Skubal because I understand it's a rental. You understand that if he does come to you, he's like going to the Dodgers after that. There's the idea as well of the labor negotiations coming up. Like, do you think there's anything to do with wanting to hold on to your best prospects because there might be a cap? Do you think that any of that goes into the conversation for this year?
I don't think so. No, I think, they want to do everything in their power to make the best decisions, both for this year and thinking about the next 5 years, without taking the CBA negotiation into much consideration because nobody knows how that will play out. But I do think, at some point it's exciting when you go for it, right? I don't think we've ever been in a position where we've had the guy who's the consensus best pitcher in the sport in a year, and we have that right now. And so it feels like a unique window and opportunity where, as a fan of the team, I look at it the same way everybody else does it. I'm hoping that, they believe this team really has a chance to get to the World Series and win the World Series. And so you want to do everything you can.
By saying
within
that,
reason.
it makes me interested because you're like, from a fan perspective, I want this. Like, does this send the message that you can't win the World Series?
Well, we still have an hour and 20 minutes left, right? So I know they're in on all of these big names, including some names that probably have yet to reach the Twitter sphere, or whatever we're calling it these days. So they're trying, right?
Why
they're
you
trying.
break news?
No, I don't have much more insight than you guys. I just know they're trying. They're making every effort possible. They're in on all the big names who have been traded and some who certainly haven't been traded yet. So as you said, sometimes these faxes come through right at whatever it is, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So I know they're trying. I know they're doing everything in their power to go out and make the most impactful acquisition.
I'm just going to erase that
it's
last
not for
part
lack
of the
effort.
conversation from my head.
Well, no, since I do want to talk about the Skubal trade, because a lot of the conversation this weekend has been, look at the Dodgers, they're doing it again, or maybe it's the Brewers and the Rays not giving up enough. I mean, do you think, as somebody who's been around baseball, do you think the Brewers probably made a really solid offer? Were they really in the conversation for Skubal, or was it just all for public relations and, not real?
No, I'm sure it was real. I know that it was real. I know that they made an effort. The interesting thing is you never know, what the conversation looks like in the background, or how individual teams value the players that are, essentially offered as a part of a trade. And so the Tigers must have really liked the guys who the Dodgers offered. Whatever their internal analytics team probably liked that package better than anything else that was on the table. So I know it's not for a lack of effort. I know that the Brewers are trying. Obviously, we would have all loved to have seen him be the guy who was acquired, but I also think you can't judge these trade deadlines until you get through a postseason. It's like judging who's going to win the regular season based on the offseason, and oftentimes what looks to be the biggest acquisitions aren't necessarily the most impactful pieces.
Ryan Braun on the Yingling Legends line. Ryan, I feel bad because I sound a little deflated. It just is natural to head into a Monday when you see what was potentially in front of you. Like you mentioned, the idea itself was exciting. So I guess as a fan, do you believe that you could walk, like, is this enough, or would you need to see something to walk away from today and be like, I feel revitalized? Not that I wasn't, but I feel even more juice heading into the rest of the season.
I mean, they got better, right? They just went and got two pitchers who both have good stuff, who are probably both going to be impactful pitchers on a postseason roster. So you have to feel good about that. And then obviously we'll see how the next hour and 15 minutes or so plays out. But certainly I understand how you feel and why you feel that way, because we all want to see them go out there and acquire the most impactful players, the biggest names, and the guys who really have a chance to put this team over the top. So I remain optimistic. I do think they definitely got better today, and hopefully there's an opportunity to make another impactful move between now and an hour and 15 minutes from now.
Don't give up hope, Braun, he said. He said, don't give up hope. We got some time for another deal to be made.
That's right.
As always, we appreciate you taking some time to join us, and we got an hour and 15 minutes to see what will happen next.
Thanks, guys.
It's Ryan Braun on the Yingling Legends line, and after we just got done talking with Ryan Braun, Clay Holmes to the Chicago Cubs.
Okay, Brewers already got their guy. So. No, we did. We already got our guy.
No, it's interesting because they did get a pretty good reliever and Gausman and now Clay Holmes, so they're going for it.
Going for an opportunity.
At the deadline.
Yeah, which is good for them. I think the Brewers, again, I think Ryan Braun let you all know that the Milwaukee Brewers got a pretty good return, but more importantly, they're in on more conversations maybe.
Yeah, I like that part. I'm going to hold on to that part.
Yeah, in some conversations. Brawny, he's in the know. So we should hold out hope that the Brewers are making calls and some names that you may not have heard may be on the move. And I was asking you, Ben, today, did you know Luis Garcia was going to be on the move today?
No, I did not.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, so there might be some names that you don't know, and maybe the Brewers are part of those conversations.
There was another one that I didn't think was on the move, and that's what I'm hoping the Brewers are working on, something that nobody's thinking about or talking about, and they get it done. We'll continue to update you throughout the rest of the show because we're here until the end of the deadline. More next.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust.
Trust me.
What do you mean, trust you?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
One great day of golf can change lives. Join us Monday, August 31st for the Salvation Army Milwaukee County's Swing for the Kettle Golf Invitational at Oakwood Park Golf Course in Franklin.
Your participation directly supports food, shelter, and life-changing programs for children and families throughout our community.
We'll be broadcasting live from the course, but the day is really about you, getting golfers and sponsors together to make a difference.
Foursomes, individual golfers, and sponsors are all welcome. Reserve your spot today at samilwaukee.org. That's samilwaukee.org.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
The fastest weekend of the summer is almost here. August 28th through the 30th, the stars of the NTT IndyCar Series return to the legendary Milwaukee Mile for the only doubleheader weekend of the season. 3 days of high-speed action, daring passes, driver appearances, family fun, and wheel-to-wheel racing at the world's oldest operating motor speedway. Be there as championship contenders battle it out at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Don't miss the Snap-on IndyCar weekend. Get your tickets today at wistatefair.com.
You already know that Kessler's is the world's largest employee-owned group of jewelry stores.
We were recently told that Kessler's is the fastest growing group of jewelry stores in America.
Well, it just goes to show you.
Show you what?
That people like to feel good.
What do you mean?
Rick, you know how many people will drop by and look in the showcases and have some coffee and chat with their sales associates?
Yes.
That doesn't happen at other stores.
Really?
People come to Kessler's because it brightens their day.
It makes them feel good.
It certainly makes me feel good.
Tell me why.
Well, everyone's always in a good mood. And everything is clean and sparkling and romantic and happy.
It feels like sunshine and rainbows, doesn't it?
Sarah, that's exactly what it feels like.
When you're having a great day, come to Kessler's.
Have some coffee and let us clean your jewelry.
Our jewelry cleaning equipment is completely different than what you have at home.
And we're delighted to do it for free, of course.
Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. After your round, stop in the clubhouse for food and drinks. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products pricing and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. And when we met with Aaron and Eric Braun, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Now, it will make it sweeter or it won't, but the Cubs are going after an entire new starting rotation. They've had a lot of injuries to their pitching staff, as have a lot of teams, but they've had a lot, their fair share. So they get Clay Holmes for their number 2 prospect, I believe, and Tyrone Taylor, a familiar face.
No way, that's not their number 2 prospect.
That's what I was reading.
Tyrone,
but again, they have the 24th ranked farm system in baseball.
Tyrone Taylor can't be a prospect.
No. I'm saying and a prospect, I believe.
They got Tyrone Taylor in a wait, huh?
Clay Holmes.
Oh, and Tyrone Taylor
And
went
Tyrone
to
yes.
went to the
yes.
help us to say, wait, this doesn't make any sense to me.
He came with.
Huh. Well, it seems like you know what? This seems like
so. My point is
this is
how sweet would it be to beat him again?
It would be sweet
in the playoffs after they just buy.
I think what I'm learning in this deadline, because this is probably the most active trade deadline I've seen in a while for baseball, for sure more active than last year. A lot of teams think they have a chance, and a lot of teams are making maneuvers to adjust their roster in order to put themselves in a position to be successful. I mean, listen, the Cubs understand what they need, and they went out there and they went to go do that, right? The Yankees understood what they need, and they went to go do that. The Rays, like these teams, and even when it comes to the Dodgers.
What do the Yankees do?
I
guess.
Yeah,
I mean, that's one player.
It's a good player, right? And then, even the Dodgers, like we talked about, like they just said, all right, let's just bring in more arms, because right now, when you look at it, they have guys who are on the IL, so pitchers. So, I mean, these are teams that are going for
You
it.
said your initial reaction to the Brewers trading for Dustin May and JoJo Romero was the Brewers got fleeced.
Yeah, I mean,
and there's a funny image of you saying, I'm shocked. We got fleeced.
Well, yeah, I backed off. I thought that I had time to process it and put it in the grand scheme of things, right? Like at the end of the day, as if you put in the statistical models correct, CK,
yes,
the Brewers lost the trade. That's on face value. We won't know whether or not
Ryan Braun just told us, as I was saying earlier, you don't know who won a trade until things happen.
And I said that, you know what, after it's all about what can help you now, and those prospects can't help you now, and then there's guys in front of those prospects. So when I had more time to process it.
Recut him, please.
Wait, you can recut me after the 2-minute break, because I said after the 2-minute break, after time to think about it, I still think those prospects are very good. I really think those prospects, Josiah, I think has a chance to be good. Alexander Frias has a chance to be really good. But it's about winning right now, and the Milwaukee Brewers have a lot of great prospects in front of those other guys, and these guys are going to pay dividends for the Brewers hopefully this year. I really do think what we've discussed about JoJo Romero, I've had a request into my St. Louis Cardinals buddy who's probably working right now to give me an update on
so you're going
source.
to a buddy?
He's a St. Louis Cardinals fan. Like he's a
Well, no, I gotta text her my in-laws. They're Cardinals fans.
Are they like deep? Like he wanted
to know about the prospects.
Well, no, I want you forget the prospects. Tell me what you think about JoJo Romero.
I told you,
not
he's a good
you.
reliever.
I'm talking about the people that watch him every day, not somebody that barely watches. I'm talking about the people that have watched the Cardinals.
The way you said "fan" as like the period of the sentence was so funny. I was waiting for like
he's a reporter.
Yeah,
for
he tapped in.
No. He just watches like 20 out of 162.
No, he watches a lot of Cardinals baseball. He's a baseball diehard fan.
My point to you is we have an audience right now that needs expert analysis, and you're going to your buddy who's a St. Louis Cardinals fan?
Yeah.
I got plenty of buddies I could call. That's not what I'm going to go for.
Well, I'm just saying, if somebody asks you about Sal Frelick, you can tell them how you feel about Sal Frelick.
Did you watch? You know who Dustin May is?
Yes, I know who Dustin May is, but
so
I don't want
JoJo
Dustin
Romero is who you're going to your friend for.
Oh, yeah, because that's the one. I mean, I know who Dustin May is. JoJo Romero, I'm not watching the Cardinals' damn bullpen. I'm learning just like you learning.
He's been great for them.
That's fantastic, but I want to figure out exactly when did they use him. Like, I'm just trying to get more information.
I told you, he's like an eighth-inning high-leverage relief guy for them.
I'm trying to get more insight of what I should be.
Which means the Brewers could use him in the 7th or in the 8th if they want to.
And that is my initial thought, is that I've been saying is that the Milwaukee Brewers need to make...
If he's pitching better than Ashby at the time, then he's at Ashby.
That's what
I'm
trying to
becomes
figure out.
more
Because
long middle guy. Like, you got options, Kyle.
And that's the thing I'm trying to figure out, is what my expectations should be for these guys. Now, Dustin May, we'll see. We'll see with him. But JoJo Romero, you made me a little bit intrigued with JoJo.
He is Kyle Wallace texting a St. Louis Cardinals buddy to get information on JoJo Romero. I'm Ben Brust. 1 hour to see what will happen next. Do I have to go back to sitting on my hands?
It worked the first time.
I think I'm going to do it. The whole last hour of the show until the Brewers make their next move, if they make their next move, I will be sitting on my hands. Matt and Molly and Jim, live from the TPC Wisconsin ESPN Madison Open, Dan Sports Show in Beaver Dam. Kyle and I on 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, and of course the ESPN Wisconsin app. Sitting on my hands, let's do something.
We've got delays along southbound 41. Those are sticking around from Good Hope Road pretty much all the way down past Capitol Drive to Burleigh. Northbound delays now from North Avenue to Silver Spring. Eastbound on 94 got a bit of an issue just past Highway 83 in Waukesha County. It is a crash on the right shoulder, and that is causing some delays. You're seeing the backups coming in from before Genesee Street. And check out the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight. Mostly clear skies, a low of 64. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and warmer. A chance for afternoon showers or storms, a high of 84. Weather's brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. For the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Paul Hansen here, founder of Iron Jock. Worried about the heat this summer? Don't sweat it. Our gear is made for real life. Iron Jock apparel combines moisture wicking with superior cooling and advanced odor-fighting silver ion technology that eliminates 99.9% of odor causing bacteria, so you are fresh for whatever's next. Our focus is simple. Make apparel that performs hard no matter where you are or what you are doing. Visit us at ironjock.com to experience the difference.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle and Brust on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour is brought to you by Siding Unlimited, the 5-time winner of the National Pella Platinum Premium Certified Contractor of the Year. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KMB.
All right, so I felt pretty confident
in what?
Sitting on my hands, knowing that the Brewers were going to do something at the time that I sat on my hands in the first hour of the show. In this last hour of the show, which is the last hour of the MLB trade deadline, I'm a little nervous I might be sitting on my hands the entire hour. And the silence is deafening as I looked at you both in the eyes and nobody said anything.
Like Brian Braun said that they're going to be in those conversations.
Yeah, conversations. But you know how many times in the state of Wisconsin we've heard X team is in the conversation, Y team was in the conversation?
And that's the thing, is that the Brewers in the conversations is how much do you want? Do you want the Brewers to commit to
let's reset the day and the weekend. Obviously, Tarik Skubal goes to the Dodgers.
Yep.
Cubs have traded for like 3 starting pitchers and a reliever. Arise to the Philadelphia Phillies. Again, I'm not going to go through every trade. My point is, what the Brewers did was send 2 prospects for Dustin May and JoJo Romero. That is seemingly for the Brewers a sizable move for the Brewers. Again, keeping in perspective of what we're used to seeing at the deadline, thinking about where they were last year and the amount of moves that were made. This is way bigger than all of the moves last year combined.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Shelby Miller, Brandon Lockridge, Danny Jansen.
I would say
the difference between last year is they made moves
early
before the deadline.
That turned out to be phenomenal.
Correct.
Getting an Andrew Vaughn and getting a Quinn Priester turned out to be just incredible deals.
So my
for the
next
Brewers.
question is, if in the next hour, will something happen?
I don't think anything big is going to happen.
Will the Brewers make a trade?
Yeah, I think the Brewers make a trade. Yeah.
What do they do?
There's one more. The Brewers have to get a bat.
Bat.
Some type of bat. I mean, do you trust? Do you trust? Do you? And again,
is it?
And Ryan Braun said there might be names. This is going based off.
Is this prisoner of the moment wanting a bat because with Miz starting and getting 10 Ks and only giving up 2 runs and a quality start, they get blanked 3-0?
No, this isn't based off of that. This is based off the fact that I don't believe a team that is last place in home runs in Major League Baseball has a real chance of winning a World Series. I do not. I don't, because runs are going to be hard to come across. If you play the Dodgers, with the staff that they have, getting on base is going to be difficult. Being able to drive in runs is going to be difficult just from the first place. And so what you're telling me is that you're going to have to grind it the hell out in order to score runs against that pitching staff. And then
I meant to ask him that question. Brian Braun, you see the lineup of pitching. What the hell is the approach?
No, I mean that's my whole thing. And so again, I think the Brewers have done a phenomenal job being able to get on base, drive and run, steal bases. They've done a great job of doing that. But we saw last year, like that's all cool during the regular season, but in the playoffs, when guys are revved up and ready to go in the playoffs, it didn't come through. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a repeat performance of last year, but I'm just saying going from 4-0 to winning a series is going to be tough for the Milwaukee Brewers against that starting pitching that they have, and they just literally got Skubal. Like they got a Cy Young winner. You got an itch?
I got an itch on my nose, and I said I was sitting on my hands.
Why don't you hit your nose on the mic? Well, I mean,
Kyle, go help him out.
Yeah, come on.
What am I helping him out with?
I said I was sitting on my hands until the Brewers made a move in the last hour of the day. I don't care what you use. Grab my shirt. I got an itch on my nose really bad. No, like underneath. Like, yeah, there you go. Thank you. No, that was perfect. That was that was perfect. I'm sticking to it. It worked last time. The Brewers made a move the last time. I was sitting on my hands. Why did you use a piece of paper? You could have grabbed my shirt.
Well, I grabbed what I could. That's the closest thing to a Kleenex I can find. now you're just thinking about it.
Yeah, no, now it's a phantom itch now. I feel like I get it every second. I'm itching for Matt Arnold to pick up the phone and seal the deal.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I guess the trade deadline is going to end up being disappointing for the Milwaukee Brewers fans.
You don't know that.
Well, I don't think there's a big deal that's coming.
C.J. Abrams comes through at the final second.
That would be nice because that means C.J. Abrams isn't just a 2026 deal. And right now, when I look at a Dustin May and I look at a JoJo Romero, right now at where it sits right now, that's just a 2026 deal. So with that, a C.J. Abrams would be great because I'm thinking about building for the future, and it gives you a bat that you need. The dude has 28 home runs so far this year, and the Brewers may not have a guy that's going to get to 30 home runs, and C.J. Abrams will get to 30 by the time, within the next 2 weeks.
It's crazy.
I'm just
Jake Bauers hit 2 home runs this weekend and sets it apart. 20 home runs.
I am just so fearful that the Brewers aren't going to be able to score runs in the playoffs. I'm telling you, I'm not pitching it has not been my concern. It has been let's focus on the bullpen and let's get a bat. Like the starting pitching, I have grown accustomed to the Brewers just finding a way to get it done. In the playoffs, the starting pitching has not been an issue. It's been the fact that they haven't been able to score runs when they need to. And so hopefully Brian Braun said growth in a year, that helps guys get better. Hopefully it is, but I don't know if it's going to help them get to the point where they can actually beat the Dodgers. But that's why you play the game,
Here's a sick question.
Sick, okay. Like sick like wicked sick or sick
not
like,
wicked.
Okay.
Would losing to the Dodgers in the playoffs and not scoring runs make you feel better about not getting Skubal?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even feel terrible about not getting Skubal.
But
after what we saw that they got, it made you feel like
that's why.
Yeah,
it seemed achievable from like if you really wanted to get him, the Brewers had the resources to do it.
Yeah, and that's
and
why
people might have been upset at who it was. It wouldn't have been Madej, but we saw Luis Pena was a comp that Adam McCalvey, who writes for the Brewers, put out there, was part of that. And like that's your number 2 prospect. But you don't get someone like that to take you to new heights unless you give up something that's going to help get you to new heights.
And Tarik Skubal could have definitely did that for you.
Because we talk about your fear in the playoffs. It's not.
Yeah.
It's runs. It's not your starting pitching.
There's some unsung hero all the time. I really believe that, Kyle Harrison, in the way Logan Henderson has pitched this late, and I've always been a believer in Logan Henderson and Jacob Misiorowski. I feel like those 3 guys, and now you bring in Dustin May, who has experience. Maybe the Brewers are able to get him to pitch well. I feel like the Brewers are going to have enough arms to get them to the bullpen. I do. But again, losing 3-1 ain't fun. Losing 4-2 ain't gonna be fun. That's my biggest concern, and I don't understand why people are so like. I get it. We wanted Tarik Skubal, but if you look at the history of the Brewers, why are we so concerned about pitching? That's my question to you: is why are we so concerned about pitching when
the
pitching has
only
not
reason-
been the Achilles heel of the Brewers in the playoffs?
The Brewers specifically, I get it, but I also, again, I do my best to try and think of the Pat Murphy era, and again, the Craig Counsell era and Pat Murphy era from the playoffs has not been that much different in terms of scoring runs, but success. They did win the divisional series last year in Pat Murphy's second go-round. They were in the position in that wonky 3-game series to beat the Mets. Like, again, he consistently has the team and the guys playing a certain type of baseball that they buy into, that he preaches, he holds them accountable. Like, that's going to keep them in games. And it does get harder year over year to say, like, in the NLCS, yes, pitching wasn't the problem when you can rely on someone even better than you have now instead of going in with such youth and experience at the pitching. Like, you could even, if you think about it, Jacob Misiorowski didn't start a game in the playoffs last year, so this is almost
came in second inning one of them.
But this is his first go-round of being like the ace, the guy, the ace as they make a playoff push. So that's new too for him.
No, it
now,
is.
And does he answer the bell always? It seemingly seems in high-pressure situations. He does.
He has, absolutely.
He has always done that. But I like having comfortability in known arms versus this is their first go-round, and it's a little different than the regular season in all aspects. Hitting, pitching, everything.
Growth mindset. Listen, we knew that we weren't going to be better than the Dodgers.
All
we
right,
knew
so you're waving the white flag on August 3rd.
We are the underdog. We were the underdog before this. We're
No,
going to
but
continue to
the
be the
way
underdog.
you just said that you are basically saying there's no chance.
I don't expect the Brewers to win a World Series this year, but I would love to see them compete. I would love to see them break through. I would be shocked. I think a lot of people would be shocked. We're now the underdog. And I think you said it to us earlier today, saying, you know what? I want the Brewers to beat them just to give a big middle finger to everybody in baseball and give
ideally,
a middle
yes.
finger to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yeah, you
this
did.
Morning,
yeah.
It's just like I want everyone to see the little market.
Yeah.
With Pat Murphy, like scrapping away, and again, why this came in my head, and I know the Brewers are built differently than what the Blue Jays were last year.
Oh yeah.
But they did take the Dodgers to 7 games. Baseball is a weird game. It is. Jeff Passan talked about it, and he got me really excited. And then he started talking about all the people that the Dodgers have, and that doesn't include Bubic, who they traded for today, that they just added because they could.
Did you see Josh?
Yes. Josh DiMaggio, producer Jen Gaben Chewy. He can't spell, but he can be my pronunciation guide as I, pronounce names sometimes across ESPN Wisconsin.
Yeah. So again, we'll.
So you wave the white flag. That's sad. That's so sad.
Okay, but
deadline's not even over, and Kyle
but the
waved the white flag.
thing was, people were screaming for Skubal because they understood the Brewers didn't have enough to beat the Dodgers as it is before the Dodgers got Skubal. The Brewers were yelling and screaming, saying, "We need more, we need more." And the Brewers, there's not much more they can get to make me feel confident they're going to get past the Dodgers. But we'll see. That's
basically what I'm saying is everyone's waving the white flag. I refuse to.
You literally are waving the right flag. You already said Kyle was right. You came in saying I was right. Now you said I was right about the deadline.
About not getting Skubal.
Yeah.
That's what I said. That doesn't mean I'm waving the white flag.
So do you believe the Milwaukee Brewers are going to beat the Dodgers in the playoffs this year?
Yes.
Okay.
And by the way, the whole sitting on my hands thing, did the Brewers make a move? Because you were right. They're starting to get numb.
Yeah, they get numb. The blood flow. I'm telling you, it's not the smartest decision that you made.
Heavier than I've been in my life, too, right now. A little more extra juice on these hands.
No, it just, again, I'm trying to be on the bright side of all of this. Yeah, you're starting to lose the blood circulation.
I got a passing notification. I got a couple texts here. So what's the passing notification, dude? What's going on?
Yankees got a bat.
Who?
Outfielder Heliot Ramos from the Giants. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Helio.
Again,
I believe so. Josh DiMaggio might come in. I believe Helio Rogers.
Remember you had everybody saying Abner?
Abner situation.
Yeah.
The whole Pan situation for your wedding crashers out there.
Kyle, I think one of your
or stepbrothers, sorry.
Your questioning Brewers fans that are unhappy not getting Skubal because it's not the pitching that they need, it's the bats. Yeah. I don't think it's not getting Skubal. I think 50% of the frustration is that he went to the Dodgers, making it more difficult for the Brewers, weaker lineups compared to the rest of the playoff teams.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's very frustrating that he went to the Dodgers, but obviously the Dodgers had, as Ryan Braun said, the Dodgers had the trade that they wanted from. Excuse me, the Tigers felt like the Dodgers had the best package for them, and that's why they went with it.
Well, and that's the thing is as each team individually looks at a farm system, they build a farm system based off what they
what they
want
think they
out
need
of a
and
player.
Yeah.
And the way that somebody may view a prospect from the Dodgers may be more valuable to them than the way they view X prospect from the Brewers, and that's just the way it goes.
But I guess my thing is that the Brewers, if they wanted him, they could have got him. Like I don't give a damn who the Dodgers had and who they offered in trade. The Brewers had something better.
It'd be like taking one for the team in a way.
Yeah, but nobody's asking. Like I don't like that notion. It should be taking one for yourselves. Like you're not taking one for the rest of the league. You're taking it because you believe that it's going to help you win.
That was the sentiment online. It was like, where were you, Brewers?
That was annoying.
Finally.
That was annoying.
Yeah, the Brewers were in a conversation. I mean, that was reported that the Brewers were going to be part of the conversation. Being around the Milwaukee Brewers this long, you don't hear guys like Adam McCalvy talking about, yes, the Brewers are going to be in the conversation for Mason Millers and in the conversation for a Tarik Skubal, and that not be the case. These guys are insiders for a reason. Ryan Braun came here and told you, like, no, the Brewers are in the conversation. They're in conversation for other guys as well. So the Brewers are trying. I just don't know how. I just don't know how much they're willing to let go of some of their top prospects.
Maybe if
Ben, take those hands
Let's
out from
go.
under your
Are you
butt
kidding
cheeks.
me? I sat on my hands and they made a move again.
We've got another move. Ken Rosenthal reports the Brewers are working to acquire reliever Antonio Sensatella from the Rockies.
Tell me, Ben, what do you know about Antonio Sensatella?
Matt Arnold's awake and he's moving. He's got a pulse. He's
trying to get some feeling back in my fingers after sitting on my hands.
What you know about Antonio? He good? How is
Sensatella?
Yeah.
I've seen his name. I can't say that I'm watching a lot of Rockies baseball right now.
Okay, I do have a connect down in Colorado
you know
as well.
Text your source, the Rockies fan.
Let me. I am going to text my Rocky source. But again,
they already want me to put my hands back on YouTube and on the text line because it feels like that's not a big enough move.
No, well,
where I need my fingers back.
I told you.
You see these things?
Yeah, I did. I not tell him hours ago this was not a good idea.
It was a sit-in because at that point Matt Arnold hadn't done anything.
So your hands look like that because you cut off circulation to your fingers.
I understand how it
so
works.
Now
this was my sit-in at the time of them not doing enough.
And you
know what? You're right. You do. Back down we go.
Okay.
Back on the hands until they do something else.
But again, another bullpen guy, and this is for me. This makes me think that the Brewers again are trying to build up the bullpen to be able to get themselves to a point where they know in the playoffs guys are going to go 4 to 5 innings. Unless you're a Misiorowski, you don't know how long he's going to go. But 4 to 5 innings, and you want to make sure that you can get it to the bullpen. The bullpen's going to be good enough for you. So,
all right,
can't have too many bullpen arms in the postseason play.
A 3.61 ERA this year, and he's pitching in Colorado.
What's the home away? Maybe away he's like a 2.53 guy.
Hey. Also, again,
was this from your buddy in Colorado?
No, not yet. Club option for 2027. So again, the Brewers don't have to commit themselves.
Huge.
They don't have to commit themselves for 2027. This is a Brewers type deal where they have full control of what they want to do.
I got to take a class on Baseball Reference. I'm really bad about finding stuff on here. I'm looking for home away splits, and it's taking me embarrassingly long.
ESPN's got home and away pretty easy for you. Sometimes you don't have to go into deep analytics to find home road splits. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, hanging with you till the trade deadline officially ends at 5 o'clock. Back sitting on my hands, waiting for the bat that everyone was wishing for the Milwaukee Brewers. Why don't you tell us about how you got that thing on your left ring finger? That's probably also my left ring finger right now is the one that's hurting the most.
Yeah, that probably makes sense, but I'm telling y'all this right now. If you are looking to get engaged, getting any jewelry, there is one place to go, and that is Paul's Jewelers. And listen, when my wife and I chose Paul's Jewelers, we chose them to get our wedding bands because we knew that they were set and ready to make our moments look beautiful. I love my beautiful wedding band that I got, and she loves her beautiful wedding band that she got from Paul's Jewelers, where they got to create their own wonderful masterpiece. See, Paul's Jewelers, they specialize in custom jewelry, lab-grown, natural diamonds. They have it all. They have a lifetime warranty with refurbishment, repairs, resizing, refitting. They do it all. The jewelry is handcrafted by experienced local artisans, just like the folks you need to have that are creating your masterpiece as well. And something else they have going on, they have their brand new cafe. Yes, they have a cafe, the 7 C's Cafe, for you to enjoy coffee. So there's nothing better than sitting back, relaxing, enjoying coffee, and talking about memories you're going to make with your beautiful diamond ring that you can get for the love of your life or for yourself as well. So make sure you visit Paul's Jewelers today in their brand new coffee shop in the coffee trailer that they have out there in West Dallas off of Highway 100, located on National Avenue. It's Paul's Jewelers. I'm telling you, you're going to love the ring you get when you work with Paul's Jewelers.
So, C-Cat, new Brewers pitcher Anthony Sansantella.
Yeah.
I predicted the road split being, 2-5?
And it is 2-5-7.
There it is.
Guy's a stud when you get him out of the elevation.
Get him out of Coors Field. And as Kyle said, team option in 2027.
The Brewers have literally, I think the Brewers aren't committing themselves to anything past 2026.
Even if there's no bat, I'm holding out hope. I'm sitting on my hands until they do so. More next.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust
If you suck, I'm going to say you suck.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Northbound 94, we do have a crash just north of Ryan Road. It's on the left shoulder, so kind of in a weird spot. You do want to be extra careful with that. The one on 94 eastbound east of Highway 83 has been cleared. The delays are still there, though. They're stretching all the way back towards Highway 67, so just be extra careful there. More backups through the stadium to 35th Street. The westbound side slowing from 35th to Hawley Road, and then on southbound 894 backing up from Beloit Road into the Hale Interchange. Traffic is brought to you by Sewer Ninjas. Just like we help you avoid traffic backups, Sewer Ninjas helps homeowners avoid sewer backups with camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, mostly clear skies, a low of 64. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and warmer. A chance for afternoon showers or storms, a high of 84. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited with my brother and business partner, Eric Brown. Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's choice for siding, windows, roofing, and doors.
Siding Unlimited delivers on expectations because our experience, integrity, and craftsmanship come through on every project.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Meet Jim and Rita.
We went on a motorcycle trip.
But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident.
They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital.
Sometime later, Rita made a discovery.
She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there?
And amazingly,
he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's.
And I had my checkbook in my hand.
But when he arrived there,
and I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty.
Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty.
It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's miraculous no small print warranty yourself at Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
Stop buying barbecue rubs that all taste the same.
Most are loaded with sugar, fillers, and shortcuts.
Burn Pit BBQ is not.
We're a veteran-owned company right here in Wisconsin, built on doing things the right way, no shortcuts, no nonsense.
Just premium seasonings that deliver real flavor every time you fire up the grill.
Whether it's a quick dinner or feeding the whole crew, Burn Pit BBQ gives you confidence to get it right.
Burn Pit BBQ, grill with confidence.
Find us at burnpitbbq.com and now at select Walmart locations.
That's burnpitbbq.com.
ESPN Milwaukee fans, it's Gabe Neitzel here, and I want to introduce you to Jens Family Chiropractic. If you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, headaches, or sciatica, Jens Family Chiropractic focuses on finding the cause of the problem, not just helping you manage the symptoms. For nearly 10 years, they've helped Milwaukee area patients find real answers through personalized care and advanced treatment options. Learn more and check out their new patient special at jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
If you're looking to upgrade the windows in your home, I have the perfect team for you to work with. That is my friends at Universal Windows Direct. They hooked me up inside of my home. I needed windows in my house. I called UWD. They came in with an easy free consultation. They let me know exactly what I needed. They didn't try to upsell me. They gave me exactly what my house needed, and I absolutely love the investment that I made in my home. If you're sick of your windows being old, crickety, if you said those old windows you may have in the house, they're hard to lift up, or maybe they're even falling apart, Universal Windows Direct is the place to go. And right now, when you work with Universal Windows Direct, they have great deals for you. You can buy 4 windows and get 4 free. And they make it even easier where you'll get 48 months of 0% interest financing. Yes, 4 whole years of 0% interest financing for you to pay off your great windows from Universal Windows Direct. Call them today at 414-410-2000. That's 414-410-2000, or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Kyle and Brust with you.
My connect's calling me right now about
You're
Antonio.
St. Louis Cardinals fan?
I'm gonna tell him I'm on air, but he's called. He's very excited. He's been a season ticket holder since the Colorado Rockies started in Colorado.
Kyle, can we trust this guy?
No. He actually, when I went to his house, he has. Well, I don't want to put all his business out there. Memorabilia for days. Literally, he has a Mark McGwire bat. He got a Sammy Sosa bat.
I don't want Anthony Sensatella insight right now.
I want 30 seconds of you and your connect. I want to hear this on air now.
Yeah, I thought you were going to pick up the phone and tell him he's live on the radio.
Oh, I can't do it.
If you tell him real quick off the air.
He's a talker. He'll be like, hey, yeah, he can go now. I can tell him to call in.
Click.
Well, I can tell him to call in. Very nice guy.
No, I think we could get better people in our Rolodex of potential guests.
He's a fan.
You're right. No, he's a bigger fan than anybody.
Well, mate, where y'all? Who y'all reaching out to? Y'all got all this negativity. I'm trying to give people the insight for what season ticket holder for. We're talking about 30 years almost season ticket holder.
Scott and Racine chiming in just because I want to keep everyone updated. He says Dalton Varsho, Jock Peterson, Elliot Ramos are all available. That is incorrect. Varsho was moved. Ramos to the Yankees, and Jock Peterson at age 38 or however old he is still hitting bombs somehow for the Rangers. But again, I at that point, Jock Peterson's not going to make me.
Jock's not as old as you.
No, I know.
I said, damn, I thought he was closer to our age.
I was just more so just making a joke.
I thought he fell off.
He did, and he's having a
resurgent year.
A little resurgence right now. Anyway.
Got as many home runs as the leading Brewers, but damn, only 42 RBIs. Ooh. 20 home runs and 42 RBIs does not seem like it goes.
I think he's been batting leadoff.
Oh, is
he's just hitting bombs off to start these games. Anyway, the Brewers have traded for Anthony Sensatella. As good as I can get right now. I'm not going to pronounce that perfectly just yet. A very coveted reliever, many are saying, from the Rockies. Jojo Romero from the Cardinals and Dustin May from the Cardinals.
I mean, I like the bullpen moves. I do.
I know you do.
And I'll take Dustin May. I mean, if they can get him going
to work, get his stuff working as consistently as they need to.
Yeah, so that'd be great. And you know, Kyle Harrison and Jake Bauer said he has great stuff. Jake Bauer talked about how he almost no hit them, and you know, we heard Kyle Harrison talk about the fact that he had wicked stuff. So I mean, let's see what the Brewers can do with it, and maybe he becomes wicked again. And maybe this turns out to be a great deal.
Yeah, Dr. Denver Dan says he could call in. He lives in Denver.
But is he a Rockies fan, though? That's the difference. Just because you live in Denver, it don't mean you're an actual fan.
Goodness gracious.
A season ticket holder. He's seen a lot of he's seen a lot of Rockies
he
baseball.
had $90.
If you're a Brewers
All right, here we
season
go.
ticket holder, please call in and give us your insight on all the players.
Okay, here it is. I haven't read. This is my first time reading it. He has been coming out of the pen as a reliever this year after Tommy
Wait a
surgery
second.
last year.
No, hold on.
From Kyle Source.
Source season ticket holder since they moved to Colorado, or not move, expansion in Colorado. He said Cincinnati has been coming out of the pen as a reliever this year after Tommy John surgery. I bet y'all didn't know that. Used to be in the starting rotation, still making his comeback. Lately been used for 3 to 4 innings, not really a closer. All right, well now you know. So you talked about Aaron Ashby, right?
Right.
So we want to bring somebody that does something, come in for multiple innings.
Clip it.
There it is.
Clip it from the Rockies.
That, I mean, I
ticket
think that's good insight for you to know. We didn't know he came off of Tommy John, so you guys didn't know that. He's been used for multiple innings. We didn't know that, so that's good. That's good. I'm going to tell him I read it on air.
I love when you use your high voice. You know, it's good. It's good.
I know it is. I gave you some insight y'all didn't know. Look, listen, y'all silent now because, okay, that was like, all right, now we know a little bit more because he's a fan. Fans also want. Now, he can't tell me, oh, his stuff has this rotation and all that. He don't know all that. He just know what he sees. Hey, you know, he's pretty good. Like, if people ask about Aaron Ashby, I say he's pretty good.
Did you ask him how close this gets the Brewers to beating the Dodgers?
Oh, I can ask. How close does
it doesn't.
The Brewers, and I'm going to ask him. He actually watched the Brewers play against the Cubs back for the wedding.
He's an expert
You
on
actually
that.
saw him at the wedding. If he would have known you were Ben Brust, I'm sure he would have been like, oh, we're Ben Brust. I remember watching you play for Wisconsin when you guys lost to Kentucky.
A notification that like my phone was locked and it says Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Get starter Dustin May, and it's just the article.
Oh yeah.
Come
I got that notification too.
Can you send me that one after the deadline? That's some bait right there.
So are the Brewers going to get a bat or the
no.
bats in the minor leagues? Because that's been their.
I think I was hinting at that when I was like, you know, you've mentioned this, and I think you got to think about what you've said. They're going to bring up Midday.
I mean, they should at this point. They really should. There's
they're
honestly
they're going to give him a shot.
Give him a shot. He's the future.
No, I know. It's like,
and you know what's interesting though, Ben, is Ryan Braun made a comment about when there's number one prospects, but then you have prospects that are like really, really good. And he talked about a Bryce Harper. He talked about a Juan Soto. He talked about Acuna. Like he said, those guys were young, just like a Jesus Medey is. I think he was saying that he's in that same. But he said he's maybe not as good as those guys, but he's pretty damn good and giving them a chance. And he said basically hitting is hitting, just like our boy Nigel Morgan has said. Like if guys can hit at that level when they come up, they'll figure it out when they get up here. And so I think that should be what the Brewers move. If the Brewers don't make a move at the deadline, I think at some point they should definitely go ahead and just bring him up. There's no harm in doing it because he's going to be up next year anyways.
The weekend he had
unless in the next 30 minutes they get somebody that there's no room for him to bring him up.
Well, I mean, as Braun said, we're in conversation with good guys.
Andrew Fisher, one of those good guys.
Ooh, look at this. I got another update. Before his surgery, had really good stuff. Go 6 to 7 innings. A good coach can help him get his confidence back, help him with location, still a good arm. All right.
Did we get him before his surgery? No, we have him after.
He's coming back from Tommy John. All right.
So the good stuff's not there anymore, is what I'm hearing.
I'm
He's
hearing
working on getting it back with Chris Hook now.
I'm hearing that the club option, we'll see if the Brewers actually take that club option for $14 million next year.
All right. I need to know if people want me to sit back on my hands. For the bat.
Yeah.
29 minutes is a lot of time.
By the way, each time I've sit on my hands,
it's worked.
The Brewers have made a move.
Once is a coincidence, twice is a pattern.
Third time's the charm?
Yeah, third time's the charm.
All right.
Big deal at the deadline. But I'll say this as well, though. The deadline for 2026 is more exciting than 2025 for the Brewers and just Major League Baseball.
Yes.
Yeah, so the Brewers actually are making deals that I think does make them better, but again, we'll see.
The hard part was I did not like the Luke Weaver going to the Pirates.
Yeah, maybe the Pirates, they're trying to make a playoff push, so good for them.
They are, but I guess they got guys that I like too in the bullpen. Luke Weaver's just...
the Pirates' issue is the fact that they didn't have pitching, correct?
He's a backhand guy.
But no,
they didn't have bad bullpen too.
But I'm just saying, like that's been their issue. I mean, you can't
They're one of the best offensive teams.
So they need pitching. So anything you do is going to be better than what you got.
The Cubs-Mets trade worries me because I feel like the last notable trade those two teams made, it ended up PCA playing for the Cubs, and the Mets regret that dearly. I know that PCA was a prospect, and it's flipped here, but Clay Holmes is really good.
Coming off of injury.
Sure.
27 more minutes. What's going to happen next? We'll find out together.
You're experiencing Kyle and Brust.
Roughish-ly.
What two words did he combine? He wanted to combine partially with rough.
Yeah, roughish-ly.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We got a crash on Highway 100 northbound at Watertown Plank Road. 3 left lanes are blocked with this, so careful with that. Onto the freeway, though, northbound on 41, we're seeing delays from Mayfair Road all the way past Burleigh. Southbound is backing up from Good Hope Road down to Burleigh as well. Southbound 43 slowing down from Capitol Drive through the Marquette. Then we've also got southbound 894 slowing down from Oklahoma Avenue down and around the Hale interchange to 60th Street. Planning a home project or need added flexibility? Tap into your home's value with a home equity line of credit from Great Midwest Bank. Visit greatmidwestbank.com, your simply local equal housing lender. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mostly clear skies, a low of 64. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and warmer. A chance for afternoon showers or storms, a high of 84. Weather's brought to you by Big Frog, custom t-shirts and more. For custom apparel that helps your team, business, or event stand out, choose Big Frog. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Kevin Moret for Mentality. For our guys wanting to lean up and preserve their muscle mass, nothing is more powerful than combining testosterone therapy with GLP-1s. The TRT builds muscle and fuels metabolism, while GLP-1s target fat stores of the body. Clients currently combining these two revolutionary treatments look better than they have in years. This treatment isn't for everyone, only the guys that want next-level results. Start today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Summer and baseball go hand in hand. And as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, Carbless is helping fans swing into full flavor all season long. Whether you're at the ballpark, tailgating with friends, or catching the game from home, Carbless delivers bold flavor in a convenient canned cocktail that's ready wherever summer takes you. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 100 calories, gluten-free and full of flavor. Carbless. Find your bliss near you at drinkcarbless.com.
25 years ago, a generational Bucks team made an unforgettable run.
This is the place to be.
Light It Up, narrated by Jim Paschke, is the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. This is the oral history of the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucks and their run to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Absolute bedlam here at the Bradley Center.
Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian, screaming Sicilian, more.
Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
If you're a golfer, a hunter, or someone who has a lot of gear, you know how quickly a garage can run out of space. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe & Chewy, and I'm here to tell you that Closets by Design creates custom garage solutions designed around your lifestyle. From cabinets and storage systems to garage flooring, they create a place for everything. I love what they did with my closet, and now I understand why so many homeowners trust them with their garages too. Right now, you can get 40% off and ask about their special financing options. Schedule your free in-home design consultation today at closetsbydesign.com and tell them Jen sent you.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
When your joints hurt every day and you've been told you need surgery, do your homework, because remember, once a joint is replaced, there's no going back. And before you schedule surgery, you know what you got to do. It's considering getting a second opinion from QC Kinetics. We've talked about how if you're dealing from bone-on-bone arthritis, a torn meniscus, or wear and tear from life's long journey, surgery is not the only conversation you need to have. Dr. Caravelli and her team and QC Kinetics, they know how to use regenerative treatments to deliver relief to patients like you in Greenfield and Mequon. See, when you get that medical evaluation, you can review history, and then you can look at the actual source of your pain. If you're a good candidate, they concentrate those tiny healing tools within your body right in the spot that's actually causing the pain. You know what the deal is. You want to hold off on surgery if you can. In some cases with QC Kinetics, you can avoid it altogether. So get that opinion from QC Kinetics. The conversation and consultation are totally free. Call QC Kinetics at 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Checking to see anything.
Just a reliever the Twins are getting from the Blue Jays and Jeff Hoffman.
Are they holding on to Joe Ryan?
As of right now, Joe has not been moved. Again,
what's his contract
deadlines spur action. 20 more minutes until the MLB trade deadline is up. Kyle Wallace, give me a breakdown on the Milwaukee Brewers trade deadline thus far.
I mean, the Milwaukee Brewers trade deadline thus far, I think overall, they got guys that can help the roster. Like, I think they got guys that bullpen for me is something that's important for the Brewers. But overall, I don't think the Brewers did enough to, regardless if it was Tarik Skubal going somewhere else, they haven't done enough in order to make me feel confident that they can beat the Los Angeles Dodgers. I will say it over and over and over again. I don't believe pitching is the Achilles heel of the Brewers in the playoffs when it matters the most. I think it's the bats. And I know the back end of the bullpen against the Mets a couple years ago, Devin Williams failed us, but we only scored 2 runs in that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, last year we lost 3-1 in a game, 4-1 in a game, 5-1 in a game, like 2-1 in a game. Once again, it was the bats.
But like Ryan Braun said, who's been in a playoff spot with experience, you can slow your heart rate down. So there's plenty of guys that were on last year's team that are on this year's team.
But what about the guys that are going against, though, man? That's the whole thing, is that the Dodgers have dogs. They have horses. They have really good pitchers. On their staff now, what do they have? How many Cy Young Award winners? 3?
Snell won it twice, I believe.
Yeah, and then Skubal.
Did Yamamoto win one?
No, Yamamoto hasn't won one. And did Ohtani? He hasn't won one. He just won an MVP, right?
Couldn't tell you off the top of my head. It's sickening to know that they go Yamamoto.
Glasnow's just really good.
Glasnow, Snell, Skubal, Ohtani if healthy, Robleski, who was an all-star, Emmett Sheehan's nothing to rave about, but he's been a starter. They just traded for Chris Bubich. So yeah, they got a lot of guys who can pitch.
They do. And so the thing is, it's not that the Brewers' bats aren't good. It's just, it's hard, man. It gets extremely hard. I don't know if the Brewers have enough dudes to have that oomph. Are the Brewers going to be able to put a whole bunch of hits together, string some hits together, score a lot of runs? You got to do it night in, night out. It's a grind. That is a grind.
There's no other way that Pat Murphy and the crew can go about it, if we're being honest. You have to have belief that they can execute their way of baseball against some of the best pitching in baseball on a consistent manner. We've seen them do it in the regular season. We haven't seen them do it against the Dodgers in an NLCS, but they've only faced the Dodgers in the NLCS once. And I've seen this sentiment come through, and I didn't want to address it completely other than the fact that, yes, is there an opportunity that somebody else beats the Dodgers? Yes, there is that opportunity.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can go into any postseason run on the hope of somebody else beating somebody that you would need to beat. I think those are obviously nice to have. So we talk about how the Bucks had some injury luck go their way in 2021, and so did Toronto when the Bucks lost to Toronto in 2019 when they played to beat up Golden State Warriors, right? Like, you can't count on that, but the game's got to be played, and crazier things that happen. Some of these guys are on IL for the Dodgers. Do they come back healthy?
Blake Snell's making a start in AAA, I think, so.
Great.
We'll see. The story.
What'd you have for me, C-Cat?
The
This is normally
Brewers
when you
gotta-
speak anyways.
The Brewers got to wave the flag and stand up for the rest of baseball. You cannot even entertain the possibility that somebody else is going to get in the way of a Dodgers-Brewers rematch in the NLCS. I wouldn't even begin to think that's going to happen.
Yeah, you can't.
It is all about
You have the best
the
record in
Dodgers.
baseball, and you just went to the NLCS. You can get there and face the Dodgers again. What,
Blake
Kyle?
Snell, he has quite the job. The man didn't pitch last year during the regular season, didn't pitch in the playoffs. This year, he hasn't pitched in one game. Like, the man gets paid a lot of money just to basically be ready at the end of the season. That's great. That's what the Dodgers said. The Dodgers said, you know what? Just make sure you're healthy for the back end run. 11 starts last year during the regular
For all
season.
we know,
he's
the
gonna
way
have
he's
less
staying
than that this
loose
year.
when he's quote-unquote hurt is he's just playing catch with his kids in the backyard.
It's unbelievable
Keeping
to
the
me.
arm loose.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just unbelievable to me.
Same with Glass. I think Glass now was hurt before the playoffs as well last year.
He sure was. I mean, these guys are being paid a lot of money where they're just literally. It's
But
all
guess
about
who's happy to pay them to be ready for the playoffs?
The Dodgers are, because all that matters is the damn playoffs. That's all that matters. Ain't no other team is good enough to get by.
In the next 15 minutes, will the Brewers do something else?
Glasnow hasn't had more than 22 starts for the Dodgers. 22 2 years ago, 18 last year, only 7 this year.
Good gig. As long as they're healthy at the right time.
It's a great gig.
Way more money than a bullpen catcher.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. That's crazy to me.
I've been sitting on my hands. It didn't work just yet. I'm not giving up hope.
How many innings pitched has Misiorowski had this year? Is he close
Innings
to
pitched?
Yeah, he's close.
130, 140 probably?
Yeah, the most that he has pitched, Glasnow has pitched in his career in a season is 134.
We need Miz to be pitching daily to get to the spot
I know,
where we
but
can
I'm
make
just
the playoffs.
saying this man's getting paid at buku bucks. It's crazy.
Ohtani's got a bad knee and now bicep.
But guess what's going to happen in playoffs? Superman.
We'll see. They did acquire a lot of pitchers. Maybe they
know that he
count
won't
on
be able
him.
to. All right, well, he'll be able to hit still.
Maybe.
We'll see. But, hey,
When we
I was
come
gonna say
back,
I was going to say I like our chances, but that would be a lie. I like our team.
when we come
Love our
back,
team.
will there be a move? For one last time I say this, we find out together. Next.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust
I was raised by Mama Wallace, and Mama Wallace said this is absolutely unacceptable.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
One great day of golf can change lives. Join us Monday, August 31st for the Salvation Army Milwaukee County's Swing for the Kettle Golf Invitational at Oakwood Park Golf Course in Franklin.
Your participation directly supports food, shelter, and life-changing programs for children and families throughout our community.
We'll be broadcasting live from the course, but the day is really about you, getting golfers and sponsors together to make a difference.
Foursomes, individual golfers, and sponsors are all welcome. Reserve your spot today at samilwaukee.org. That's samilwaukee.org.
Catch a battle between two of the National League's best when the Brewers take on the Braves Friday, August 21st and Saturday the 22nd. It's a weekend of great matchups and great events as the Brewers celebrate Black Culture Fest at the opener Friday the 21st, featuring live art, live music performances, and a maker's market. Then it's Hank Aaron replica jersey giveaway day on the 22nd, courtesy of UW Credit Union. Don't miss it. Get your tickets today at Brewers.com.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously and you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth, that's huge.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
I don't know how many quarterbacks
you can use Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, the former general manager, as the scapegoat for. J.J. McCarthy didn't work out. It's clear and obvious. Justin Jefferson isn't happy, which is a key in all of this. They fired the general manager, brought in somebody else. The head coach went out and got Kyler Murray to be a part of this quarterback competition. This has to work in Minnesota, and I don't know that the organization is going to continue to gamble away seasons on the promise that once upon a time was J.J. McCarthy. I think this is Kyler's show. If J.J. McCarthy somehow, some way ends up starting games, it would be because he blew everybody away in his training camp in preseason, or it would be because of an injury to Kyler. And I think those are both long shots as we sit here today.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000. Use code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000.
Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I shouldn't have been sitting on my hands so long because I did receive a text from Jen Latta, host of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Mornings 94.5 ESPN. Per a couple of Dodgers reporters for The Athletic, the Detroit Tigers officials called the Dodgers on Saturday night to inform they wanted to get the Skubal deal done. So the Tigers reaching out to the Dodgers, just like I just don't like that. It stinks of the collusion part. Of
collusion or what? Well, maybe did Tarik Skubal maybe want to go there?
Yeah, he's from California.
Did he? You know, with the Dodger stuff on, he has the headband on. I'm like, he looks like a tool now. He didn't look like a tool.
Yeah, he looked like a grinder.
Yeah, but so do you think maybe? I heard this theory before. You think maybe Tarik Skubal said, "Hey, y'all gonna trade me? I've been with this team for a long time. I appreciate you guys.
I don't need the Detroit Tigers to have a Jimmy Haslam. We're gonna do right by Tarik and do right by the Tigers.
That might be what it was. It might have been a situation that they said, "Listen, these are the deals that we have on the table. Where do you want to go?" He said, "I would really love to go to Los Angeles."
It feels like,
and if that was the case,
feel like proof that the owners are trying to collude to get a salary cap,
or it's just the fact that they're just doing the right thing and doing right by their guy.
I like a good conspiracy theory.
I want it to be collusion for a salary cap because, damn it, I want a salary cap. I want a salary cap so bad in baseball because it allows small market teams like the Milwaukee Brewers to actually have a chance. You know why the Green Bay Packers in the NFL have a chance to compete every year? It's because they have a salary cap and they have a shared revenue model that allows small towns like Green Bay, Wisconsin, be able to have a big piece of that pie to be able to be sustainable. If Major League Baseball had more of a balance of power where you can't just give all this money out and you actually have a salary cap and a salary floor, it allows for teams to know that they can't just not spend money, but then also there's a cap, and everybody's going to have to play by the same rules when it comes to that, and it just allows for the Milwaukee Brewers to have a better shot. It does. And then you can get really mad at Mark. You can say, Mark, the salary cap is $300 million. Why are you not spending at least $250 of that? Whatever it is.
I am just refreshing nonstop.
Bro, it's over. How are you refreshing? You're supposed to sit on your hands.
I gave up on that.
It worked, though, Ben. You're going to be the reason why the Brewers don't land C.J. Abrams. That's been a name they've liked for a while, has it not been, Ben?
Again, I don't. It's a name that would make sense because he could probably play third and he's got some pop. And but again, the way our conversation has gone has made me feel less and less likely that what we want is on the Brewers' agenda because getting a bat could be from a bat standpoint.
Oh yeah.
The bat could be bringing up somebody that you believe in.
They have good bats. Homer will tell you it's over, right, Homer? The deadline's over. They're not getting any more people.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, see? It's over. It's okay. I think the Brewers did a decent job today. I think they did a decent job. I mean, they're not going to win a championship, but they did something.
Go ahead.
If we'd have told you this is what they were going to do last week,
he would have been disappointed.
Yes.
Well, I told y'all we weren't getting Tarik Skubal.
I mean, they got an F. Doesn't mean that what they got was an F, because the players could be good and everything they do I like. But I mean, anybody watching that goes, yeah, they picked up some relief pitchers I never heard of.
The 2 relief pitchers are good.
I know, but I'm saying, like, all right, you know what they need to get a couple relief pitchers. Come on.
Well, that's
so
what I
you
thought
got
they
to
needed,
admit what you think.
In his mind, he's been big on the relief pitching.
Everybody gives them a D or an F. That doesn't mean they can't still win the World Series. It just means there's nobody going into this day said, you know what? You know, Ben, I need a couple relief pitchers.
You know what, Homer? We had
not even a closer.
So
just guys that are out there.
Homer, now that the trade deadline is basically over,
yeah.
Who has a better chance of winning a title, the Packers or the Brewers?
Brewers.
You still think the Brewers?
I do. Yes.
You still think the Brewers have a better chance?
They
of
have
winning
better odds based on the sports books,
I'm just saying, based off what we're gonna what should go with Tarik Skubal being paired with.
You need some help where the Dodgers maybe have some injuries or something. But the Packers, what? Seattle, the Rams? Come on.
You weren't talking about Seattle a year ago today. You remember that?
Fine. What is that? What's that point? What does that mean?
Remember that, Homer?
No, I've said from day one, the biggest mistake in your lifetime will be not keeping John Schneider in the organization.
If John wanted to grow his
said
wings,
it then.
He wanted to grow. He wanted to run an organization. And at that time, the Packers still had Ted Thompson.
We just have to decide how many chances. I'm just telling you.
Well, Ted
that's
Thompson
what
was
you're
still
live
here,
with.
wasn't he?
What?
Ted Thompson was still here
at that time, but he was sick, and then they made him a candidate. You have to ask Jason what is fair to say the number of times that they could have picked Schneider and they didn't. And you just have to live with that.
So the Milwaukee Brewers, at what point did the Milwaukee Brewers think about going all in and try to win a World Series?
Not this year.
This ain't it.
It ain't this year. No, they got enough young players. I think they want to see how those young players perform this year and then regroup to see what they do next year.
So you think they should bring up some of the young bats?
That's what's great about when you believe in them. I wonder if it was like that when, I don't know who you'd think of other coach, Barry Alvarez. What are they doing? I don't know, but I approve it. I don't know what they're going to do. That's certainly an option. The biggest problem they got.
What is that?
Christian Yelich. Biggest problem they got.
I said that a while ago.
You were right. They don't know what to do.
Should bat 9th.
He's
him.
never been like this. You're going to stay with him. But here's what I emphasize. When you watch him, I'm surprised when he gets a hit. He looks terrible. He strikes out. He looks late.
The swings. It looks like it hurt. Like it hurts.
I know.
for him
I
to
don't know
swing.
what it is. Everybody loves him.
It's an ugly thing to watch.
It's like Mother Teresa's playing shortstop. She's lost her glove. Come on, doesn't.
And like you want him to be
Yes.
good, like because like even last year. It didn't look like
He's never been like this. The number is 100, and he was 112, 114 when he came to the Brewers, and now he's like 97. It's the lowest he's been.
Maybe a little hurt. He's not telling us.
I'm sure it is. Yes.
He's getting.
But that's what you got to do.
Days off
you can't
now.
put a guy like that in the lineup.
But you can't take.
But
him
they're
out.
not taking right. So we just pray.
That's why I said I prayed that he would
Every
go to
day.
Pat Murphy and say, you know what, even though this would be bad,
You know who you need to pray
erases
to?
your value.
You know who you need to pray to? Brittany.
I saw that coming from.
I know you did.
Was not asked about Brittany on the Pat
Aaron
McAfee show.
Rodgers went crazy today.
Oh, yeah.
I can't. Why do people not like me? What? Come on.
Aaron Rodgers, he's something. I tell you.
I was hoping
I wish I was a drug thing. If I was doing something for mental health, I'd call him. Please, can you do something? Can you advertise for us?
He would be a good person for that. All right, so
a lot of nothing burgers coming in late.
So did the Brewers win the deadline? Yes or no?
No.
Yeah, well.
But we could all be wrong. I'm just saying expectations for what you thought could happen, they get an F.
Yeah, I'm concerned about the bats still. But you know what? That's why you play the games, and I can't wait to watch them.
You're amazing.
What am I supposed to say? Oh, no, I'm on what now?
I say the same.
Excited.
I say exactly the same thing. You just won't say F.
Was it an F?
Was the trade deadline an F? No, it wasn't an F.
No.
They got released.
Can I ask you a
got
question?
relievers.
What would it have to be for an F? If they traded Jackson
Bo
Cheerio
Naylor.
for Mountain Dew.
If we did nothing today, it was just Bo Naylor.
Passing again. Passing nothing with the Brewers. Homer hour in 2 minutes.
Right now, we've got southbound on 41